Yo, you tuned in to Guerilla Cross Radio.
Tonight's matchup.
Yeah, what's up? Welcome to Speak Life Radio right here on GorillaCross.com. We are here live for another season of Speak Life Radio, and we are excited. Welcome to the 2 o'clock show at 3:15.
At 3:15, let's go.
The 2 o'clock show at 3:15. I'm your host, Quan59, and we are excited to be here for another season of Speak Life Radio
it's good
right
to be
here
back
on Guerilla Cross Radio. You can download the free app. You can listen live.
It's free.
You can listen 24/7 to some dope music. So make sure you download that Guerilla Cross app.
I listen to it all the time. I listen to it all the time.
For free. Get it free. And you can also watch live when we do live radio shows, but it's 24 hours. The audio is 24 hours.
All the time.
So you can listen to audio 24/7. But you can also watch us live when we do live shows on Facebook. We got on the Guerilla Cross page. I do Speak Life once a week on my own page.
That's right.
But I'm excited, man. It's another season.
Very, very excited. Happy New Year's for this show.
For the show and for the Chinese New Year.
Oh, yes. The Year of the Pig.
Yeah, I'm not excited about that.
Shout
I'm a
out.
Year of the Dragon.
I'm a Year of the Dog.
Really? I'm Dragon, Bruce Lee. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
all right. I'm the dog. Snoopy. I don't know if it works the same. Snoop Dogg. Let's go Snoop Dogg.
Yeah. Pick a better one.
Snoopy
than Snoopy.
D-O-double-G is what I mean.
Wow.
I'm going to have to work on a better dog, because all we got is Lashy, Benji. Like, we need a better dog representative for the New Year. It's the Chinese New Year. But Happy New Year. Happy Black History Month.
Thank you.
We was talking, yeah. So we was going to see who was going to say it. We was going to see who was going to say it first. And I asked Quan if he was going to say it first, and he didn't say it first.
Oh,
So,
did you ask me that?
I did. I said, are you going to say it? But he was like, I don't know.
I said no.
He didn't say no. He said maybe, which is like a no. That's like an adult no. But
An adult no.
Happy Black History Month to everybody out there. Celebrate your blackness. If you ain't black, celebrate somebody black.
And we're going to talk about this today.
I think so.
Is Black History Month for black people, or is it for white people to learn about black history? Because a lot of times you don't learn about it.
That's a good question.
Unless they teach it in school once a year. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. That's a great question, and I think we definitely
Because
should get into that
it's
convo.
part of American history.
It is American history.
It is.
It is American. Like, it's just as much American history as any of.
Well, I'm saying it's a part of American history just
Right.
because everything is a part of American
Right.
history. Anything that's happened in America. But, so that's what I want to get into today. And I don't know the answer. I don't have the answer to it. I got the question.
But do we need to know the answer to talk
I
about
don't think
it?
we need to have
I
the
don't
answer.
think we got to be
I think-
knowledgeable about anything.
I think when you talk about it, you might figure out the answer.
We
there
might
might
get
not
to
even
it.
be an answer. It might be, it's for both. It's for everybody.
It's for
And the
everybody.
Mexicans are going to be like, it's for us too.
Yeah,
Because everybody needs to learn.
Hola, vato. Hey, USA. USA. USA.
USA.
It's for USA.
For USA.
Hey.
Wow. Did you just come up with that, or you've been doing that for years?
For years.
For years. All right, I figured that. So, yo, we got a live interview, conversation with my man Sinai.
Hey.
Did I say his name right?
Sinai. Like the mountain.
Sinai.
Did I say his name right?
Sinai.
Have you read the Bible?
Have I read the Bible? And we got that. And we also, he's a Christian battle rapper. I like saying that because you can't be a Christian and a battle rapper.
Right.
People get upset.
Oh, it ruffles feathers.
People get upset.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a live conversation in the studio with Serious Voice. She's a MC out of New York.
Hey.
So we're going to be talking to her in a little bit, too. She came here at 3. She was on time.
She was on time.
But my co-host got raptured.
So I was being a parent.
Apparently, I was being a parent.
I was being a parent. My daughter had her first.
Being transparent?
No, I wasn't being. Well, I'm being transparent now. No, not trans.
Oh, not that transparent.
Yeah. Not. So my daughter had her first cheerleading competition, and in her auditorium at her school. So I couldn't miss that. But I knew the time, and it did escape my mind. So I apologize to everybody who was ready at 2 o'clock. Like, where they at? We here. But I was being a good dad, because my daughter gonna remember that forever. You probably ain't gonna remember us tomorrow.
No, exactly. And listen, it's not like we've ever been on time at Guerilla Cross Radio.
We constantly on.
I mean, you see Speak Live, it says 5 p.m. We start at 5:15, 5:30.
Sometimes we start earlier. Yeah.
And we are going to be doing the show, I think, at the beginning of the year at least, at 2 p.m. West Coast time, 5 on the East.
Somebody in the group said they like Snoopy, so we gonna roll with Snoopy right now. That's what it is.
I like Snoopy Doggy Dog.
Snoopy
like
D-O-double-G.
Being gangster, you know what I'm saying?
But he was originally Snoopy. That was his nickname.
That's where it came from.
But yeah, that's where we at. Yeah. Shout out to Snoopy. Shout out to everybody born in the year Dog 82.
The year of the dog.
12 years after that or 12 years after that.
And we got what people been. I know I'm not even exaggerating. People have been asking me for like a month, month and a half. How long we been off air? A month.
A month.
About the music review. I'm getting hit up every Friday. Are you doing the music review anymore? I'm like, bro, we missed 1 week.
So you are not the only person, because definitely people have been sending me messages and sending me that, yo, did you play this song today? Yo, are you guys doing that today? Where do I send the link? So I know everybody is hyped about this music review. Don't worry. We're getting into it today. We will tell you are trash, and we're back. We're back to break your musical hearts, or to uplift your musical spirit.
This will be the last review you ever ask for. And shout out, man, to everyone watching live on Facebook. If you're watching the live Facebook stream, I want to choke. I want everybody. I've been sick, man. This is like my first week back. We were supposed to be back last week.
This is true. Yo, we sing you some good prayers, and I'm glad you're feeling better.
Thank you. I don't want bad prayers. There's only good prayers.
Well, there is some bad prayers. It's just, non-trained prayers.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, it's cracking my G.
My G. Listen, if you're watching on the live Facebook, I want hearts, I want likes, especially when we do the album review. I can't remember what we said, but if you like the song, you give a little thumbs up.
Exactly.
If you love the song, you give the heart.
I like that.
If the song is just like, don't play it again, give the laugh. Like, why is this dude even rapping?
I also like if it's like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening.
Yeah.
Give the laugh.
Give the laugh.
Give the laugh.
Give the sad face if it's like, yo, I feel bad for this dude.
He don't even know.
He doesn't know that.
Or she don't even know. Because we want more ladies to actually put more music up too.
Exactly.
So she don't even know.
Yeah.
And she shouldn't be doing this.
So we're going to get into the indie review soon. And we also want you to share the live Facebook feed right now. So if everybody can stop what they're doing.
Stop right now.
Touch the share button on the Facebook Live.
Tap that button. Am I throwing you off?
No, I just had a moment.
Okay. Oh, got it. I'm slow.
And so share for us.
Yeah,
you know
definitely.
Bring your people. The live feed. Let people know what's up.
This is a party. We here. We back. 2019.
Yeah. It's like a pizza party.
Except you're not eating today. The people
I need some pizza. I think
we gotta go.
I think me and Maze are having some evil pie. After, and not evil, EVEL, like Evil Knievel.
Like Knievel.
It's right down the block from us.
Exactly.
Downstairs on Fremont Street. We're broadcasting live from Las Vegas on Fremont Street. World famous Fremont Street. That's where our studio's at. So listen, if you guys are ever in Las Vegas,
come see us.
Like my girl Serious Voice. Hey, we're in Vegas. Can we come to the studio? Of course.
Definitely.
Of course.
The first time
and we give prizes away when you come in. Water.
Exactly.
Somewhere
Agua,
to sit.
H2O.
All that. That's four things right there. 4 free prizes.
Different versions of.
Different versions.
First time I met Quan, he said, yo, you should come through the studio. And he didn't know if I was trash or not. And
I might have listened to your stuff first.
Did you?
I can't remember.
So if he listened to the stuff, he heard me and said, come on through. And to this date, only one song is being played in rotation.
Got to mix it better.
But no, definitely come through.
Yeah, come through.
It's good to be back, man.
It is, man. I've missed it. Like, I still do sports radio, but there's something.
It's something different.
I love doing sports radio, but there's something about hip-hop. Hip-hop is how I started all of this. Speak Life Radio is the beginning of Guerilla Cross Radio.
Right.
Started that in 2008. And it's grown because we got like a whole bunch of shows, but it started turning into a sports network. So I'm going to make sure this year we keep an equal balance of positive hip-hop and sports. The website is back up. It's active. No more viruses. It's been down for almost a year, to be honest.
What you had
like as far as like updating and stuff like that. So we're going to be constantly updating it with new music,
digital
news,
penicillin. That's what it was.
album reviews. If you want your album reviewed, send it to us.
Yes, please do.
We might even do some video album reviews also. So we're going to be doing a lot of stuff, a lot of interactive stuff. Make sure you follow GorillaCross.com. Check out the website. It's going to be active daily. We're going to be updating that daily, even with original content, some sports stuff going on there also. So, yo, it's going to be fun.
I love it.
It's going to be fun.
I also want to say, if you are just tuning in on our live, share that post, man. I see you. I'm going to start calling your name out. I see you, Justin, Quita, Nakia, Adriana, that's my sister.
We're going to get into a song. When we come back, we're going to jump into that interview with Sinai. And talk to him about his new song. He dropped a new single.
Yes, he did.
So we're going to play 2 of his tracks. He dropped a single with Petty. So we're going to talk to him about that because I haven't heard of Petty in like 10 years. So
it's been a minute.
Shout out bringing him back. What's your name? Jim.
It's not Jim. No, this is the person who signed it and made it okay.
It's Jim.
Which if you guys see this, it's my daughter's school. She's Del Sol Dragon.
That's why he was late. I thought he got raptured. I was really like trying to repent, but I'm like, wait.
It would have been too late for you, bro. I'm glad you think that of me, though. I'm glad you didn't think like everybody else got it and he stayed. But I'm glad you think that of me.
I thought maybe everybody got raptured. I mean, I was still here, so I'm like,
But no, this is my daughter, Del Sol Dragon. Apparently the same year that Quan was born. This school came about. So,
cool.
But let's get into the song. Who we playing?
But so we're gonna get into that interview. He's a battle rapper. We're gonna talk about the you're in this thing too. So we're gonna talk about the Overflow coming up next month.
Yep.
And all that. So this is the new track called Mike Tyson's Punch Out. My man Sean C. Johnson, one of my favorite artists. He raps, he sings.
Yeah.
He's just super dope. And my man Red Letters, who was a dope artist too, super slept on. So we're gonna get into the song right now.
Red Letters got a dope project, man.
And we'll be right back right here. Speak Life Radio, GorillaCross.com.
I don't know, man. Yeah. Hey you, your arms ain't long enough to box with. Now you don't want to start with. Young brother, he's got. Talk to him.
Main man on the 6th day.
Talk to him.
Can't top that on your best day. One thing I know, you can't sit on the throne.
Young brother, he's
blinded the eyes to confound the wise. Ding ding goes the bell, the sound of your demise. To be elementary to truck your PhD. I know you think you're indestructible, but you ain't. Now we can talk about it. Ain't nobody tripping, I'm just running with a mission. Got my hand on the wheel in the parking lot, looking like I'm trying to make a deal. Shout a text to the homie, cause he knows just how I feel. You hear me?
I'm Sonny, listen, I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. Talk to him.
I stand at the height of infinity. You that middleman dead in the middle of little, cause you don't know diddly. That was big pun. Know what else is a big pun? Your proof that I don't exist. That's a good one. How you gon' stand in the ring like hula hoopers and box me when you run from the truth? You a goofer. If I don't exist, why do you need proof for? How do you produce proof from eggs of a goose, huh? I snap my finger, all I go poof, Thanos deuce. My son will be like, Dad, what did you do, huh? So we stand in the middle like Moni Love does, offering truth while you kid and play Herbie Lovebug. Don't you know no good, Martin, Gina, and Pamela? I can freeze your frame with no need of a camera, or I can ease your pain. All I need is for you to trust I had a plan for you before I formed you in a uterus. So who are you to fuss? Close your lip
There's
and
no
hush.
one like me. I'm from their cloth. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious.
Young brother, he's God. Talk to him. Talk to him. Young brother, he's
Tyson does not throw wild punches, Sam. It's
Big left hook. And there is Sam down.
3,
4. The count is 5.
for the rest of the
6. The count is 7. This one's over. 9. This one is over.
Yeah, that was Sean C. Johnson and Red Letters with Mike Tyson's Punch Out. This is Eshawn Burgundy, Never Fold. We're going to be right back right here. Speak Life Radio, GorillaCross.com.
Yeah, one thing I learned from Peter one time, never deny. Tempted to catch amnesia sometimes, never deny. Even when my faith will come a crime, I'll never deny. When I confess, I put my neck on the line. I'll never deny. Yeah, I told you I would never fold, even in the cold. I never lose my hope back against the ropes. The sun's flower from the concrete is where I rose. It's just perspective, ain't no location for highs and lows. I can't believe a lie no more, the truth is in my soul. Holy Spirit, hold my pen, I'm writing with a ghost. The war is on, my hands are up, I'm fighting on 10 toes. I ain't come this far, fight this hard to make myself known. And I can't switch sides no more, the focus in the road, yo. And I'm trying to eat, yo. My plate garnished with goals. I keep my faith to Yahweh, keep subscribing to the code. Through grace, I'm hanging in there like a closet full of clothes. It's nothing you can promise me to leave that light alone. It's honesty over me trying to be like these clones. I can't turn my faculties over for their control. Them are those who want us dead, they either on parole. Never know what rejection is until you've been opposed. Won't understand God's reflection till they fill you with holes. I share my views and get accused of me trying to impose. They push their views through schools and news shows. Persecute the youth for drug use and then powder their nose. Lies and fabricated truths, but how will we know? Unless the Father left us clues inside a book of quotes to show the greatest of all time is a lamb and not a goat. Whoa. One thing I learned from Peter one time, never deny. Tempted to catch amnesia sometimes, never deny. Even when my faith will come a crime, I'll never deny. When I confess, I put my neck on the line. I'll never deny. Yeah. I'ma do this right, that's a sacrifice. They can miss me with the fame, miss me with the hype. You want me to play a game with the things I write, but I was never into playing games with my life. They say it's money on the line and I'm holding the dice, but I have no price, my soul to God, my body cold as ice. Now some might play dumb for 20,000 likes, yeah, but what everybody like won't help me sleep at night. No, am I called or am I not called to be salt and light? Yeah, did I use God to get me to the table? Now I'm like, I can't reach a broader audience by saying Christ, so I'm supposed to start avoiding him all day and night, huh? Do I have the Holy Spirit or a poltergeist? Yeah, I slimmed down, not from New Orleans, I'm still a soldier, right? Yeah, this is spiritual warfare that I'm supposed to fight. And Jehovah's sight, all my sin is an oversight. Yeah, my feet planted on a rock like soda and ice. When the money low, I'm still on go, his grace will suffice. There will come a time I can't purchase the merchandise. Keep this 6 absent from my flesh, that's a word of advice. Chasing bags to get you tagged like Judas type. It's more than just a ticket on your head for running through the light. Yeah, careful not to worship the golden calf. Don't deny, never get caught running with the bullseye like Pippin and Mike. One thing I learned from Peter one time, never deny. Tempted to catch amnesia sometimes, never deny. Even when my faith will come a crime, I'll never deny. When I confess, I put my neck on the line. I'll never deny. The Father, he gon' tell the children what nobody knows. He'll paint the picture with the scripture if we listen close. Give me lesson, give me blessing all throughout my walls. What should have killed me has built me and made me whole. What should have killed me has built me, I'll never fold. What should have killed me has built me, I'm solid gold. What should have killed me has built me, I won't sell my soul. What should have killed me has built me, I'm fully known. No, and ain't nobody tell me it be like this, no. Got the pressure on me, but I won't quit, no. There's an open door, but I won't dip, though. Cause the Holy Spirit told me don't trip, yo. I got you, 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 I got you. That's why I never fold. I got you, I got you, I got you, I got you.
Yeah, welcome back to Speak Life Radio. That is Eshawn Burgundy, my dude with Never Fold right here on Speak Life Radio.
Dope song.
We are here live in the Guerilla Cross studio, downtown Fremont Street in Las Vegas. Yo, man, I'm excited to be back.
Welcome
Excited,
back,
man.
Yeah,
and I'm glad you're here, dude.
I am, man. I haven't been here in a while. I came in and ran one show, then ran out.
Yeah. Never been here since.
No, but we're gonna definitely do more.
Yeah.
But I am happy to be back. I miss the people. I miss the music. You know what I'm saying? And once again, if you guys are up for the indie artist review, make sure you put your link under that post, and it's on your page, right?
It's on the
It's
page.
also on my page. So you can go to any one of us, follow us on social media. You should be doing that already. But go to our post and put your link underneath there so we can play it. If you want some good feedback, we always give the best feedback. I think we give the best feedback
Ever.
Yeah.
Actually, there was a record that said that we give the best feedback ever. We
I
broke
think
a record
we've
for
been
best
on record.
feedback.
I think we've been on record by giving the best feedback.
I think we broke a record by giving the best feedback.
We broke an actual record by being on it.
Just the plastic.
Just snapped.
Final, actually. I want you to introduce our next guest because he is a friend of yours, a partner of yours in the Overflow rap battle. So go ahead and introduce him, man. We're going to get him on the line right now.
So, my brethren, coming into the studio right now via phone because he's on the East Coast, Virginia zone, my guy, Sinai, Overflow Battle Rap League, stand up. What's good, brother?
Chilling. What's good with you, brethren?
How you doing, fam?
I'm chilling, man.
Man, I'm
excited to be on here with you guys.
So happy
you guys let me on.
No doubt, man. We're happy to have you on. You've actually submitted music to us before, and we liked it.
Listen up, folks.
We liked it. We played. We got whatchamacallit in the regular rotation.
There you go. I heard it more than my song. So.
And then it's mixed better. And then Rally came out featuring Petty D.
Yep.
And so we got that in the rotation now too. So we got 2 of your songs in the rotation because you submitted your music.
There you go.
To the Indie Artist Music Review. I think in December, maybe November.
I think it was November when we did.
When we did his. But I liked your stuff, and then some of your the Overflow battle that you're in. So yeah, now we got you on as a featured guest. You know what I'm saying? That's why we do these reviews, man. We want to find people. We want to find people that we're gonna like, and we want to find people that we think other fans of this music genre are gonna like. So that's where we're at right now, and we got him live on the line right now, bro. How you feeling? How is 2019 so far?
Oh man, I'm first of all, I'm feeling great, man. At the crib with my babies. My wife had to run out, you know what I'm saying? So I'm playing daddy duty as well.
All right.
But she watching on live, though. She watching on live.
Oh, yeah, I bet. She's watching and driving. She's breaking the law, but it's okay.
Watching and driving.
But 2019's been dope, man. It's been dope. I'm actually kind of just been putting stuff together. Like, I'm working on an EP right now. I'm still working on some singles, and then I'm also preparing for my next battle. So I've been kind of working behind the scenes, getting stuff ready. But for the first quarter and beyond, so it's exciting.
That's cool, man. That's cool. So I want to jump into the single first, and then we're gonna talk about the Overflow Battle League and the battle coming up in March. But this track, Rally, featuring Petty D, like I was saying before we went on a music break, I haven't heard of Petty D in like 10 years.
Right.
And that might be my fault, just because I haven't kept up. But how'd you get this feature? Because this dude was around. I mean, he was like really hot for a long time.
Yeah.
How'd you connect with him? Do you know him personally, or was it just something like, yo, I like this dude, I want to get him on the track?
Man. You know everybody.
No, man. It's a relationship that I got through a group of producers I work with. The people that produce Rally and whatchamacallit and even And1, they go by Boom Squad.
All right.
And they've also produced for like Canon and some other people. So I was rocking out with my homie Rockhouse in the studio. We working and stuff and trying to figure out like who would be dope on this beat. And he was like, "Yo, Petty D would kill this joint." And I'm like, "Bro, like I don't have a connection to Petty D." He was like, "I do. Let me give him a call." So he gave him a call. Me and Petty D got on the line. We built for like over an hour, just chilling and talking. And here comes the song. You know what I'm saying? And so and we're still in contact. So he's a real good brother. He's kind of coaching me on some different things that I want to do with my music. So it's been real dope.
That's good, man. That's good. So we're going to be playing that track in a little bit here right now. So are you working on a full project this year?
Yes. Actually, it's weird because in 2018, I completed an album called Wonderland. And then a couple things happened with the producer and like people who were supposed to be post-producing and stuff. Yeah. A lot of things happened. Didn't get to put that out. And so I was going to put it out 2019, but I'm like, I'm not in that same creative space that I was then. So I'm starting from scratch, putting the EP together, still taking some records from that album and kind of updating them to what I do now because I've grown artistically. Yeah. And I'm just in a different creative space. And so I'm working on the EP right now and a full-length album. Still going to do Wonderland, but it's just going to be a different sound that's more catered to what I want to or how I want to be represented. So I got a lot of music coming.
Now, I usually get into my artist requests, but I can do this after, like, when we're done towards the end. But just so you know, I need a verse, brother. That's all I'm saying. I ask everybody because I'm coming up with the greatest Christian album
collab.
Ever. Greatest compilation ever. So I need that verse. But we get into the song.
Since you already know what time it is. You already know what time it is, bro.
Easy. I can probably get this one, too. Yeah. So you want to introduce your song? Yo, Sinai, man, to the people, the whole nation of Guerilla Cross, the Speak Life family. Introduce your song.
Guerilla Cross, this is my record Rally featuring THHOG Petty D. Check it out.
Right here, Speak Life Radio. We're going to be right back with more Sinai right here, Speak Life Radio.
Yeah.
Rally, 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 rally. Count them all and take a tally. Rally, 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 rally. Count them all and take a tally. Every language, every nation. Count them all and take a tally. Every language, every nation. Count them all and take a tally. They want to divide us and conquer. The whole house gon' stand up. They want to divide us and conquer. The whole house gon' stand up. Don't split, rally. Don't split, rally. Count them all and take a tally. Rally, 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 rally. Rally, rally, where you hear that? From east to west, no jet lag. Push the crap out, X-Lack. Before I return to sender, I'll address that. Divided houses can't stand. When we split, we feeling like Van Damme. We can be the change we wanna see, so stop sleeping, kill the Sandman. At this point, it's either do or die. Might seem small to the human eye, but to the ruler's eyes, it's suicide. I'll never button up, keep it super tight. We're monsters with these god balls. Stretching mics like Toon Squad. Less conversation, more demonstration. It's how we live that we prove God. Rally, 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 rally. Count them all and take a tally. Rally, 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 rally. Count them all and take a tally. Every language, every nation. Count them all and take a tally. Every language, every nation. Count them all and take a tally. They want to divide us and conquer. The whole house gon' stand up. They want to divide us and conquer. The whole house gon' stand up. Don't split, rally. Don't split, rally. Count them all and take a tally. Rally, 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 rally. Rally, 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 rally. I've been running through the valley. I've been stabbed up, shot down, turned around, left in a back alley. Heel up, wheels up, back at it. Laid up, raised up, craftmatic. Down to ride again, down to die again. Come on, try me, take a stab at it. Guards up, take a jab at it. Crown heavy, devils grab at it. Let them clown it all, let them down it all. I don't mind it all, have at it. Spread the gospel and cause panic. Unbelievers say it's all static. Only God know my time to go to that. Lex in my automatic. Spitting verses like a Tech 9. Spread the gospel like grapevine. Through the hood like an ape. I'm in the jungle with my people dying. See the signs, you see the times. You see the times, you'll see that I'm giving my life so y'all rally round. My dying words, no bow down. Rally, 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 rally. Count them all and take a tally. Rally, 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 rally. Count them all and take a
a tally. Every language, every nation, count them all and take a tally. Every language, every nation, count them all and take a tally. They want to divide us and conquer, the whole house gon' stand up. They want to divide us and conquer, the whole house gon' stand up. Don't split, rally, don't split, rally. Count them all and take a tally. Rally, 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 rally.
I like this one.
Word.
I like that one, man.
Yeah, that's Sinai with Rally featuring Petty D right here on Speak Life Radio, streaming live on GorillaCross.com. Download that Gorilla Cross app right now.
It's free.
It's free. Just type in GorillaCrossRadio.com or just go to your app store and download it. It's free. You can't pass up free stuff. And we got that song playing 24/7, along with a lot of other music playing 24/7. So make sure you check that out today.
My guy. That is a
dope track
banger.
right there, man.
That is a banger.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, bro.
So what was the creative process of coming up behind that? And just what creative process are you in right now? I understand you're doing the EP and everything, but like what's up right now with Sinai?
Man, it's like I pay attention to a lot of things that happen within society in itself, and not just via social media, but just all over through the news and the outlets and different things. And I like to touch on things that everybody is already seeing. I like to touch on things that people are seeking for clarity and understanding in. And that's kind of where this song came from, because as you guys know, I mean, our country alone is so divided right now. And honestly, that also creeps inside the church, because the church is also very, very divided and has been for a very long time.
Very true.
And so that's kind of where this song came from, man. It's like the world doesn't know what unity looks like, because we're not setting the example for what it looks like. So so can we put aside our differences? Like, okay, you're mad because they baptized by sprinkling, we baptized by dunking, but then y'all don't want to fellowship because it's that minor difference in theology and understanding. I'm like, we believe in the same Christ. We believe in the same. We believe in the same God. So why don't we focus more on what we have in common versus what we have, what differences we have, and show the world what unity looks like? Because the church should be setting the standard in many different facets of what we see in society today.
And so that's the term. That's where rally. Like, come on, let's get together. Like, let's stop with the division. Let's rally together, man. I love that message.
So it's not a KKK theme song.
Actually, I tried to get one of my KKK brothers in the video, but
that would have been great.
That'd have been fine. Tiki torches up. Tiki torches up.
Tiki torches up.
Tiki torches.
Oh man, but man, it's a hot track, man, and that track has me excited. Along with whatchamacallit. If you guys haven't heard that, we're gonna play that in a little bit too, closing out this interview. But those two tracks have me excited to hear what this project is gonna be, sound like and be like. And so I'm excited, man. So I appreciate you putting out some dope music right now.
Yeah. Man, so let's talk.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you guys, man, sharing it.
I want to talk about, before we get into Overflow, I know you've done some touring, and I know you've done some ministry all over the world. Can we talk about that? Because it's not just about music with this guy.
Yeah.
I want people to know that just because he hot on the track don't mean he not out here in these streets actually putting his foot to the ground.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And blessing people. So can we talk about these ministries that you're involved in and trips that you've taken and people who you've actually touched?
Absolutely. My most recent trips, like out of the country, I've been to Nairobi, Kenya 2 years in a row. And I've been a part of a basketball camp where, of course, we go over there and teach them the fundamentals of basketball and just teach them about Jesus in general, all together. Like, the guy that owns the camp, his name is Ronnie McAdoo. His son, James Michael McAdoo, used to play for the Golden State Warriors. He won 2 rings with them.
There you
and
go.
So I was able to go and be a part of that basketball camp and then put on a concert for hundreds of kids to end the camp, and it was dope. But I also been to South Africa twice. And out of the trip to South Africa, we were going through schools and going, just talking about Jesus and everything. And we were working in an orphanage that serves like 138 kids every single day. They give them food, help them with their homework, and then they send them on their way. But out of that trip came an album called Safe House, because the kids that are a part of this orphanage are in real danger of being sold into human trafficking as sex slaves. Elementary school kids. And so the label I was a part of at that time, we came back and was like, well, we want to do something, but we don't know what to do. So let's just pray about it and hope that somebody with a lot of money comes and does something. But God did not have it that way. So we ended up producing an album called Safe House, and 100% of the proceeds goes to building a safe house in Soshanguve, South Africa.
That's good.
For kids that are in danger of being sold into human trafficking. And I mean, they broke ground already, and so the safe house should be up and running the first quarter of this year. And we're actually going to be going back to dedicate the safe house, and it's going to be really, really
Dude,
dope.
That is dope, man.
That's amazing, brother.
That is really dope.
Yo, so
I appreciate you even doing that and taking those steps to go out there, because a lot of people are afraid to travel.
Yeah.
We're afraid to go and do something different. You get in your comfort zone, and you're cool. Like, man, I could just do ministry here. But it's good to be able to step out, man, and like spread that to other countries, you know? So, hey, man, shout out to that.
And then also, man, because I want people to know, so y'all make sure y'all go out there and get Safe House and support that Safe House that's in South Africa. I wanted to talk about your touring, man. Like, Sinai's not just some bum, man, like that's good at music. This guy done toured with some legends out there. Can we talk about it, or you don't want to, like, you on your humble kick right now?
Talk about it, man.
Because if not, I'll bring it up.
Well, no, it's been a crazy ride, man. I've been blessed to share the stage with the Cray. I've been blessed to open up for the Truth and actually do a record with the Truth.
Oh, I hope y'all hearing that.
I mean, I've worked with I've worked with Jared Sanders, KJ Scriven,
my guys,
Laquan Green, who also has produced a lot of music for me, and I hope will produce music for me more in the future. But he's part producer of like Bodak Yellow. I'm not gonna talk about what happened with that, but yeah, he's part producer on that, and we'll just leave it there. But yeah, man, it's been amazing, man. God has put me in the room with a lot of different influential people, man, and I just wanted to sit with them and just learn from them, because there's a lot of artists that I respect. I respect them even more after meeting them, because I see the type of people they are behind the scenes, and then there are some that I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stay away from him because I've seen him behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So,
right.
so God has allowed me to see a lot of different things and learn a lot of different things from a lot of guys that's been killing it for 10+ years. And I'm just humbled to be in those circles, man.
That's fire, bro.
Dope, bro.
All right, let's get to the meat that's on this bone. Overflow Battle Rap League. Let's talk that talk now.
Christian battle rap. Some people love it.
Some people don't understand it.
Some people don't think you're Christians because of it.
Right. All right. Sinai, one of the ambassadors of the Overflow Rap League, has done Iron Sharp Iron, Iron Sharpen Iron 2. Just did an event called, what was that called? It was, the Confirmation. And now, March 30th, we got Controverse. Sinai, who you got on that card, and Embarrass Their Life right now.
Whoa.
Let's talk.
Well, I'm going against Mr. Elijah Straight.
Yeah.
He battled Voice on Confirmation, and he wanted to get me next in the ring. It's funny because he was supposed to get Focus first, but then something happened, and that battle didn't happen on an earlier event. So after Confirmation, Focus called him out for a Controversy. And I guess he didn't really respect Focus's pen enough, because he was like, "No, I want Sinai." I was like, look, my brother called you out first. You turn that down, we can get in the ring.
Ooh.
So he went to Focus, turned that down. I said, all right, let's get it. He said he got something to get off his chest. I want to give him the opportunity. We're going to have some fun.
Do we know what's coming his way, though? Do we know what's coming his way? Because I know Elijah, man. Elijah Straight ain't no bum. He's sick with the pen. So do we know what's coming his way?
Yeah.
Can he walk up the mountain?
Well, look, I'll tell you this. if he's studying the game tapes and what I've already done and trying to prepare off of that, he's not going to be prepared for what's
Sadly
coming.
mistaken. Talk that talk, Sinai.
Because I'm preparing for him differently than I prepared for any of the other 3 opponents I had. So we gonna have some fun. We're gonna have a lot to talk about.
All right, so this is happening March 30th. Where's it happening at?
Yes.
Hartford, Connecticut.
It's going to be in Ansonia, Connecticut.
Oh, no, Ansonia. Sorry. Yeah.
Ansonia, Connecticut.
The last one was in Hartford.
Oh, man. So can you guys get tickets for this? Like, how's this event happen? Or is it a private event that's just filmed, or can you actually go here and watch you guys?
You want that side now? You want me?
Do Christian battles? Let him answer it.
You can take that, Fitz.
Okay, look, I'll just bring it up. So if you follow...
both of you answer it with the same exact words at the same time.
If you follow Overflow Rap League, you can get tickets there. It's also on my social media, all of my social media. I'm sure it's all on Sinai's social media. There's links to where you can buy tickets. And make sure you subscribe to their YouTube because they put up those battles after the event. So if you can't catch it live on the actual day, they put the battles up after the event, after they cut it up and edit everything together. But if you are in that area, if you're on the East Coast Stand Up, or if you just want to fly out with your boy from the West, we going out there March 29th. March 30th is the actually main event because it's a 2-day event. So it's going to be crazy. But
I might actually fly out there.
I heard Quan might be on the plane with us.
With Jay Fence.
What?
Yes.
I might be coming out there, man.
We're going to try to work this out.
I might be coming out there. So we got Elijah Stray versus Sinai. We got K-Jack versus Lee Majors.
Yep.
We got the Saga.
That's big, man.
Versus Voice the Poet.
That's big, man.
That's real big.
Yeah.
And we got Redeemed versus some other dude.
Some other dude.
We got Redeemed versus my man Jay Fence right here, man.
And the rest.
Are you ready? Are you gonna remember?
Oh, I'm ready.
Listen, bro, I'm gonna battle you when you come back if you don't remember your bars.
All right, so check it out. So what he's talking about for everybody who didn't see the last battle. In my battle with Lee Majors, I did have a little stumble in the second round, but I still cooked. So don't get it twisted. You will definitely be entertained. Go watch that battle. It's up on YouTube. But Redeem got an issue on his hands because of that slip up, my name in the chat room is Fence is looking for redemption. I'm looking for redemption. So he got something. That's my brother in Christ, but he got a problem ahead of him.
And real quick, Sinai, I know we've talked about this before on the show, and I actually want to do a panel maybe after this next Overflow. I want to do a panel with people that don't agree with it and with some of you guys that are doing it. And I want to do a panel and talk about it more extensively, maybe do a whole hour show on this. But what's the first thing you say, and what's like an easy minute and a half conversation you'll have with somebody that doesn't agree with Christians going in and doing battle rap against each other?
I'll say this. I say we got a whole squad that's raising up to infiltrate the secular battle arenas. And so this is a way for us to sharpen our gifts, sharpen our abilities, so that when we step in front of these guys who don't know God, we can represent him well, both lyrically and by example. And so that's what we do when we step in front of each other, because we're going to take some heads off when we get over there, because everything that they're feeding our people is detrimental to our survival.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that. And a lot of people still won't agree with that. And that's why I do want to have sometimes. So this is March 30th. In April, we're going to have a panel. And I want to get you back on the line, try to get Saga on the line, get A-Ward on the line, talk to James. And then get some people in here on the line that
I just don't know. They just don't. They don't feel it. They like.
And I wouldn't even say don't know. They just.
Yeah.
They don't understand and might not agree. So I definitely want people to get both sides of the story.
Yep.
And both the reasons why, it is good and the reason why they don't think it's good. I personally like it. I used to rap. I wouldn't do it myself, but I do, I do like what you guys are doing. And I like what Overflow stands for. And we support that here at Guerilla Cross. So
yes, sir.
If you don't like it, don't unfriend me.
But we'll talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's figure out where we can find that middle ground, because it's all about talking it through anyway.
Yeah.
And I love it.
And we did real quick have a question on Facebook Live from my man Eric Willis. Are you guys going to YouTube the Controverse live event on live.
As I know, that's not up to us. That is up to the Overflow board. So,
but you don't know if they're doing that yet.
I don't know if we're doing that.
So we will let you guys know if you know, living in Vegas, not everyone can fly to Connecticut, or if you're in California or
sure you can.
Wherever, you might want to stream it. So we'll let you guys know if that's something that we could do, man. Yeah. So real quick, man, before we let you go, let everybody know where they can find you and give out all your social media, and then we're going to jump into whatchamacallit.
And you got to say it right, too, boy.
Say it right.
I said, y'all might be saying, dang, Sinai's for real about God. You want to know how for real? Go to SinaiForReal.com.
That's nice.
Get it.
SinaiForReal.com. Y'all make sure y'all follow this man.
More people need to have a tag like that when you give out your social media. You can find me at www. No, you can't find anyone at www. You need 3 W's.
3 W's.
Everyone find me at www.
Right. They just, because they in a rush to get past.
And here's the thing, you don't even need the W's anymore.
Facts.
Just find me at GorillaCross.com.
There you go.
Or you can go to www.
That's too many W's.
That's way too many W's. But yo, man, I appreciate you calling in and chopping it up with us, man. I definitely look forward to talking to you more in the future. And good luck in your battle, man, because you're going to need it. That's what James told me.
I didn't say that.
He's like, hey, bro, you might want to interview Elijah Strait instead.
That's right. Yo, man, can't wait to see you.
You guys have me on, man.
Yeah, man, can't wait to see you in March, bro. Let's cook.
And we're going to jump into whatchamacallit right now from Sinai. Appreciate you, bro. Right here. We're Speak Life Radio, GorillaCross.com. We're going to be back with another live interview in the studio with Serious Voice when we come back right here. Speak Life Radio. And the Indie Artist Music Review is up next after that. Make sure you tune in. We're excited. You're excited. We're all excited. Your mom's excited. Your dad's excited.
Everybody's excited.
I can understand the comparison. They hold us up right next to them. The differences in their messaging is why we think they won't let us in. Compromise, be accepted in. It's not the path I'd recommend. They blacklist us like Reddington. Still give the business like next to kin. It used to be another lookalike. My food is different even though we cook alike. Got the bait just learning how to hook it right. I'm being me, want you to know I wouldn't bite. Oh Lord, don't know what to make of me. They were present when my guy was making me. They don't know about all that he made for me. So there's only so much they can take from me. Lifestyle ain't a new way. I'm just on guard, touche. It's a game change like 2K. Break walls down like Kool-Aid. Not trying to get them to like me, but show there's others like me. Found something to live for like me. Wanna show you can live like me. Live a life that you can imitate. Not because I always get it straight. What I let in my living space came with intentions to renovate. And I know that he did that. So if he said it, I live that. He gave his life so I give back. And I understand if you don't get that, boy. Praise the God cause he got me, yeah. It's a gift to rap, don't box me, yeah. They might try to describe me, yeah. The only word to define me, yeah. Whatchamacallit, 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 whatchamacallit. Tryna box me out, ain't strong enough. Can't block my shot, ain't tall enough. Wanna stop the cross, don't bother enough. Tryna sushi me, ain't raw enough. They're calling me whatchamacallit, cause I choose to be authentic. Get them different bars from a jaw spitting. Take that wrong image, then augment it. I can see that there's flaws in it. I see why people can get lost in it. We see the stuff that they floss with. We all know what it costs to get it. These new rappers are all gimmicks, y'all tripping. Ain't really wrong with it. Wanna find a head and say off with it. Then I sick, they just went to the wrong clinic. We deserve more, cause we're better than what they are giving us. The thing that we think is giving life is actually the thing that is killing us. Going deeper, deeper, got me willing to die like a little Caesar. Yelling piece of pizza, but the bread and cheese, but they used to reach us. They see we're hungry, that's how they leave us. It's not for the money, I wanna make an escape for us. They rap for the love of money, they don't care what they take from us. They don't know how to label us, well, not used to people like me. I'll take whatchamacallit, I'm cool if they can't describe me. Praise the God cause he got me, yeah. It's a gift to rap, don't box me, yeah. They might try to describe me, yeah. The only word to define me, yeah. Whatchamacallit, 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 whatchamacallit,
Whatchamacallit, whatchamacallit, whatchamacallit, whatchamacallit, whatchamacallit, whatchamacallit, whatchamacallit.
Yeah, welcome back to Speak Life Radio right here on GorillaCross.com. That was whatchamacallit, my man Sinai. We just did a dope interview with him, man. If you guys missed it, make sure you check out the replay of the video or download the podcast on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, anywhere you can get podcasts. We are there. Or just download that Gorilla Cross app. It's a lot easier. You can get all of our podcasts and video replays on there, as well as new hip-hop news, sports podcasts, hip-hop podcasts. We do everything, James Mays.
Everything. No stone unturned.
We even do interviews live in the studio.
Yes.
And we got a lovely lady in the house right now, all the way from New York. Serious voice in the building. What's good?
I'm good. I'm great. Excellent.
Let me.
We got our mic up.
Go ahead. I forgot. I got some new mics, and now they're mic'd up different on my board. So.
I'm excellent.
Yeah. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
So I have this project in my hand.
Yes, sir.
Shofar.
Shofar.
Like
yes.
shofar?
Like the instrument shofar.
Oh, okay. So not
Yes,
like
yes.
shofar, but shofar.
shofar,
Ah,
yes.
okay. So you're an instrument of praise?
Yes,
Is that
sir.
what's happening right now?
Yes.
I like this. Serious voice. Tell us about this project that you got.
Well, this project was released in November of 2016, and it's called Shofar.
Mm-hmm.
And this is my first time hitting Vegas, so I just want to spread the word that we're not just an instrument of praise, but we're also an instrument of war.
Got you.
You know, there are times when we have to celebrate, and there are other times as Christian people or Christian hip-hop artists where we have to go to war. We got to battle with our lyrics.
That's a
you know
fact.
what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
And tell people what a shofar is.
Well, yeah, shofar is for those of you that
know,
study the Bible, or, you know, you might have a Jewish connection. You'll know that the shofar is used to bring in the new year, to show celebration, that sort of thing. And so that's where I got it from the Jewish culture. But it's mentioned in the Bible, and it's a biblical thing, so it shouldn't be nothing new to the CHH community, you know.
So I'm gonna test my limits right now. That's that ram's horn, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I love the sound of that. Like, my boy was walking around with one this is a long time ago, and I didn't really know what it was, and he's like, telling me about it a little bit. And then when he blew in it, though, it's like, yo, that's like one of the dopest sounds ever. It's just like, I don't know, it feels like almost a war cry, but
it will also get your attention.
But it also is like very calming at the same time. It like feels peaceful almost. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's dope. So tell us what brings you to Vegas right now.
Well, I'm glad you asked, my brother. I'm here to promote my documentary. It is being screened at the Damn Short Film Festival.
Okay.
At the Boulder City Theater.
Nice.
On Sunday at 2:30 p.m. And also we got a pop-up show in about an hour and a half or so from now.
Yeah.
So if anybody's in the Vegas area, come through. We are at Stedham Skateboard Shop at the Boulevard Mall. From 6 to 8 p.m. And it's a pop-up show. They get to see New York City right here in Vegas.
That's what I'm talking about.
You could tell she's from New York
Yeah,
just by the voice. You know what I'm saying?
Well, first of all, she talking at you. She not talking to you. She letting you know, if you're in Vegas right now, I need you to stand up, go to the skateboard shop in the Boulevard Mall. You know what I mean?
Get it.
Yeah, because I'm going to beat you up. I'm going to put the shofar on you.
Exactly.
That's great.
That's what's up. How long have you been doing music?
Oh, man. Over 10 years.
Yeah, so
and,
a vet in this thing.
Yeah,
somewhat
about. Of a vet. You know, it's funny. When I first started back in the 90s, I thought I was the only female in Brooklyn that was going from church to church. And
really?
Back then, it was like holy hip hop.
Oh. Yeah.
And people just didn't know what to call it. And I thought I was the only female doing it until I came across, Cross Movement and various other groups and whatnot. But yeah, I've been doing it for a little bit.
So it was organic for you. It's just something that I couldn't help doing. You didn't need many examples of it happening. This is how I'm going to praise God. This is how I'm going to talk about my God through this form of music. I love that.
Exactly. I mean, I had always liked hip hop in general.
Yeah.
But when I got saved, I'm like, yo, I'm just gonna do it for God. Like, why wouldn't I?
Right. Because it's no difference. As long as my words, the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart is acceptable in his sight, then we good out here.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yo, I'm going to put you on the spot, but it's not really putting you on the spot because I warned you beforehand. We do this at Speak Live Radio. People know that. You walk into the Guerilla Cross studio and you say you're a rap artist. You say you're into hip-hop.
10 years strong.
We want to
my
test
goodness.
your freestyle game. And listen, my thing is, and I tell people this all the time on the show, you don't have to be the dopest freestyler. I want you, if you claim to be an artist and you claim to be dope, at least try, at least rap. Like, go out there and just do it. You don't have to be the dopest freestyler.
Right.
Well, you have to freestyle a little bit. You have to have something in you. You know what I'm saying? And we need to teach these younger people coming up that don't even know how to freestyle because they're singing, first of all. But we need to teach them, like, yo, train your mind, it's fun to freestyle. You know what I'm saying? You get with the homies. You got the people banging on the table. You know what I'm saying? Making a little beat on the table. And just rap. Just say stuff. Have fun. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to do that right now. Serious voice.
Let's go.
And you don't have to go too long, but
I'll walk you in.
Yo, this is a setup.
It's a setup. It's an ambush. Let's go.
Oh my God.
I got.
Now
my iTunes.
Just live your life.
My iTunes is chirping.
Oh,
there. That's the easier freestyle, people.
Okay, we talking about being a Christian rapper.
That's good.
Yeah. If you a Christian rapper, spit that fire. No longer on the fence, you hold in the wire. Captivated by the high up that's in your being. And when you fall short, pray what I see. See, I'm not your average Susie come lately. Thespian and clueless, messing on empty, yeah. I go like this one time with Guerilla Cross. We start on time. My bro James he's on the mic. My bro Quana doing it right. Serious voice, come through tonight. Boulevard Mall, we gonna set this right.
Hey, she gonna be on stage at the skateboard shop.
Yeah.
And you know when she spit it's Beehive.
Yeah.
And she repping that NYC. And you got your boy Vince. That's me, because we coming off of the top with no choice. I'm talking serious voice. Yes. And we be killing it all day. Speak Live music, we giving all yays. Hey, and sometimes we giving no. The indie artist review is coming up for show. But we gonna get into it next. Quan, you wanted something? I hope you better be the best as he fades the music down.
Fade the music out, man.
He wants nothing.
I do radio, I don't rap. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that.
Do that.
Yo, I appreciate that because that was dope. You know what I'm saying? She's like, oh, man, I don't know. You put me on the spot and then she just kills it. You know what I'm saying?
She comes through.
I
said I was going to walk her in, too, and she was like, I got this move.
Like,
yo, I had to come through and
don't
rep
hold the
for
door
NYC.
open for me.
Easy.
Yo, I can't be falling off.
Yo, what part of NYC you from?
Brooklyn, baby.
So,
what's
first of
good?
all, I ain't never heard nobody say they from NYC and ain't tell me what borough that was from in their first seconds. Like, y'all talk about it like Greek mythology. I'm Thor, Scott Odin's son. I'm serious voice from Brooklyn, yo. Like, it's a party in
Yeah.
Brooklyn, stand up.
Dope. Let them know where they can find you, and then we're going to jump into your song to close out this interview, and I know you guys got to get out of here. So
yes. Listen, the website, SoSerious.net, real easy, SoSerious.net. Instagram, Twitter, Serious Voice NY. Twitter, special Serious_Voice NY. Get at me.
Yeah.
Dope. Get at her. Make sure you follow her. Get the project. This is Bars, Serious Voice right here on Speak Life Radio. When we come back, we're going to be live with the Indie Artist Music Review. So, artists, if you want to submit your music, you still got time. We're going to review your music for the next hour. We got a whole hour to review some music, James Mays.
Sounds good.
And we're also going to talk about Black History Month.
Yep.
Is it for white people, black people, all people? Who's it for? We're going to ask that question today. And we're going to talk about Liam Neeson a little bit.
Oh, my God.
Man.
I got a unbiased opinion on this. But let's go. Serious Voice.
Yo, they said all we need is bars. You wanna make it? Just bring the bars. But I thought this was Christian rap. It's not about making it or making your pockets full.
It's about ministry. You gotta keep coming with these bars, infiltrating eardrums, leaving scars. Shorty's gotta know serious voices that brought, filled with ammo for the job at lot. I'm not your strip pole, 6-inch heel side piece. Forward marching, ever tried your spirit feel timepiece? Spitting verbs to activate the body, moving with a switch, cause you gotta hear the body. These lyrics and Viv, and this is Fresh Prince. Septum that bad itch. I'm that rash that won't go away, cause these words hit your heart, shatter thoughts of negativity. Rap queen, rap fiend, prefer real rap like Fonte, or let me take it back like Father MC, or we could keep it current like Cardi B. I like my mind's minus profanity, and when the words drop, you say she's a problem, B. Is that what you think about? Is that what you think about? What we put in come out like Jenna did. I try my best to mirror holiness. Exhale facts, but they don't want to face the facts. They bury that mouth flat, eating good, getting fat. No spiritual food, the beat is crack. Addicted to the alpha meal, project swag. Ready to T-bone everybody who pass on that real bars. Can't get no play dough, but my God's a play dough. He's the pot that we the play dough. Never mind lines and punches, we been K all day, but he gon' ham over one lost fam. Then celebrate over lunches. Somebody eyeball real change. Somebody transformed in Jesus' name. They X out Jesus, but thank you for the fame. What's wrong with the game? What's wrong with the game? Is that what you think about? Just us, just us, just us, just us. Is that what you think about? Is that what you think about? Just us, just us, just us, just us. Is that what you think about? Yeah, you know, where I'm from, the BK, you say what you mean, and you mean what you say. And I've been hearing mad heads saying they cooking. Man, I'm cooking. My boy's cooking. We cooking over here. My question is, how you cooking when you ain't got no oil?
Yeah, that's Bar Series Voice.
How you cooking? You ain't got no oil. It ain't gonna be good. Whatever you cooking,
Dang.
It's gonna
you
be
baking.
burnt up. It's
You
gonna-
baking, son. You baking. You ain't cooking.
Yeah, one more time. Tell them where they can find you.
Check me out on the website, soserious.net.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Say
Yo,
it.
we appreciate you coming in for real. And I'm not sure. I'm going to try to slide through tonight, though. I'm going to try to slide through.
Please do, please do.
Yeah.
We'd love to have you. Give you a shout out. Maybe we'll have you do a freestyle. Maybe you'll be ready by then.
Hey, I don't rap. I radio.
All right.
All right. Well, thanks for coming in.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, good luck with everything. And we will definitely, stay connected, man.
Excellent.
Appreciate it.
Maybe I'll come
especially
through
when you come back.
Connecticut.
Yeah, for sure. Because you out that way too. We got folks in Brooklyn that's actually going in the event. My boy K-Jack, he's from Brooklyn, but actually he lives in the Bronx now.
Okay.
Yeah, some other folks too. I think Redeemed, the guy who I'm going up against, I think is from Brooklyn and he lives in the Bronx now.
Okay.
Yeah, man,
Okay,
definitely
thank you.
come through.
Thank you very
I'm gonna
much.
follow you on social media and you'll get the information from that too.
Okay.
But we'd love to have you. It's gonna be you talking about bars in that song, definitely gotta come through the event.
All right, cool.
Dope.
Sure.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Serious Voice. Make sure you follow her. And, yo, man, I'm happy, man. We're back on.
It's
on.
time. It's time
We
to
are
lift some
on.
people up. It's time to lift some folks up.
We are on.
It's like one of those things where they
Yeah,
gonna
we're
play
gonna-
some music and we can talk about it.
Do the indie artist music review. So everybody
fun.
tuned in right now, please share the live feed again. Let your people know
Let's do it.
that we're about to play your music. And we were gonna have a couple more people in here. We couldn't get them in today,
They couldn't make it in, but we love them anyway.
but we love them anyways. But
They later than I was,
so you're only gonna get my opinion, James May's opinion,
which is
and
really
the people
matter.
watching live. If you want to call in and talk to us also, you can hit us up 702-608-3259. If you're an artist and you don't agree with the review, I want you to call us up and let us know why you don't agree with it.
Because some have.
Some have.
Some
And
have.
then we can get an idea of the background on it. We're not doing an interview with you. You can call in. We're going to talk to you for 30 seconds. Don't try to do an interview. You're not dropping your social media.
So where I was brought up is why the music came out that way.
Well,
and then I moved
got
into
this show place. And my albums. No,
we don't want none of that.
Don't do that. You're a caller. You're not an interview. But listen, man, we're going to get into these songs. If you don't have that Guerilla Cross app yet, make sure you download that. I need to get these commercials on. I have to keep saying that all the time. I can push play. But we also want people, if you're interested in writing for a hip-hop site or a sports site, check out GorillaCross.com. We're looking for writers and people to do album reviews, people to just simply post new music up, do song reviews, post new videos that drop from Christian hip-hop artists and all that, and sports news. If you're just into sports and you want to post like the latest news on LeBron James, you want to post the latest news on Tom Brady, hit us up. Music@GorillaCross.com. We are looking for writers for the site. We got the site back up. It's going to be live and active
Super excited.
Daily. So we're going to be pushing new music and new events and all that stuff on the site. It's a full hip-hop and sports magazine. So make sure you check that out, GorillaCross.com. That's GUERILLACROSS right here. Mm-hmm. So make sure you check that out. I'm excited.
I'm looking at this list, man. I'm seeing we got a lot of people on here.
Now, did you have people hit you up?
I did get some. I got something. Hold on.
Okay, I'll check yours too.
Yeah. Let me check.
And listen, I do want to say something. Because I did even say this in the thing. Don't send me 10 songs. Like, if you're an artist, we're looking for something like, what would you submit to radio to be heard? What do you want to be your first impression? Don't send me 5 songs. Send me 1 song each. You know what I'm saying? And that's just for future considerations, so you guys know. And now you know. You know what I'm saying? Right. So we're going to get into this song right now. This dude submitted music a lot. His name's BMR. This one is called To the Clouds. We've actually liked his stuff, I think, man, for the most part, on this show. So he submitted a new song that he dropped.
We like this one, though.
8 days ago. And we don't know.
We don't know. We'll find out.
We might not. So we're going to get into that right now. We keep the cameras on because we want you to get facial expressions.
We can't lie. Whack, face can't lie.
Face can't lie. So this is BMR To the Clouds right here, Speak Life Radio.
I think it's BRN.
I just want to keep my head up in the clouds. I used to want the world, but I don't want it now. I want to be here with you, so I can show you how. Man, eyes up to the clouds. Lift your eyes up to the clouds. I bet you're probably about to ask me what's up in the clouds. Not sure where heaven is, but I ain't talking Santa Claus. I try to fix my eyes on God and I don't see him there. So I'ma look up to the sky and pray I'ma meet him there. The Holy Spirit inside of me allows for us and him to talk, converse, and spend time till we go meet again. I can't do it with my eyes fixed on the worldly things. So I'ma rap and dance and yell like David with the words I sing. Ding, ding, the bell rings, I turn the mic on. I'm in the battle, darkness here to fight until the light's gone. Not having it, but God is using me, imagine this. Here to help and give assist for God like Magic Johnson did. I package him up in a way that you can understand. There was a man that walked the same earth in which we stand. Give him a hand because we called to, we meant to do it. Jesus died for each and every one of us, but don't be stupid. I just want to keep my head up in the clouds. I used to want the world, but I don't want it now. I want to be here with you, so I can show you how. Man, eyes up to the clouds. Lift your eyes up to the clouds. We need to change our perspective and take it off ourselves. Cause when we do that, then we seek them, we take them off the shelf. We get so busy in our lives, we out here running things. And wonder why we getting tired, need to draw upon the strength. But how we do that though? Man, take it off for you and hand it over to him. He took my losses too. Those W's I share with them, call it Thanksgiving. Sitting in your shame and guilt, you dead, man, you just stay living. You want the bars? Well, I'm here, I'm spitting truth to you. Serving drinks all night long, I keep them coming to you. I want to give you something, only thing I'm thinking of is reaching out to y'all direct and help you reach the man That's why you're listening.
Yeah, that's BMR to the clouds right here. Speak Life Radio Indie Artist Music Review.
This started in 2019.
So that's how we start the review.
That's how we start in 2019. Okay.
Yo, that song's hard, man. I like this dude. I think I've liked most stuff he's put out that he sent me anyways. I like his voice, man, and I know people have mentioned he sounds like NF. But I don't think, like, he got a similar style to him.
Is that the same dude that we had that controversy with? Got it.
And I could tell that he probably likes NF, but his voice sounds different. He got like a kind of like a gruff voice.
Yeah.
And I like that about his voice, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these dudes, especially like the new white rappers, like they got that super whiny, depressed voice. You know what I'm saying?
I will say,
and I like this because it's more like, it's just something like rough, like, it's just like, yo, I'm here. Like, I'm gonna spit these bars and you're gonna listen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
And
that's what I like about him, man. And his mix good. And I like the whole package about this dude right now.
In the 3 songs that we've heard on this guy, I can't tell his race. So I love that his music has that universal feel. This song in particular, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love the message. I love his flow on it. Like, he chose to go slow and really get it in. And when it comes to like a live performance, that will be one that will catch people.
Yeah.
Because I can hear everything you're saying. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't trying to be super integral with multi-syllable rhyme schemes and all of that. He was like, I'm going to talk to you. And you can, once again, and I said this on his last 2 songs, you can feel his passion. You can feel what he is saying. And a lot of people don't have that. They just sound like somebody rapping. Like
or it sounds like you're reading your rap and recording it.
He was molded into that beat. So bravo to you. BRM.
So make sure you check him out, man. I'm definitely interested. Like you were saying, like it has a feel that you can tell that song would go live.
Oh man!
And so I'm really interested in seeing him perform live.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, man, the song might feel like that, and then you see him live, you're like, But then sometimes, man, there's been stuff that I've heard. I'm like, yeah, they're cool, man. But then when you see them live, it makes you want to go in the car and pull up their music again. Because you're like, okay, this brings a new meaning to their music for me.
That's true, because some people don't have it both ways. You can't you can't do what you do in the booth on a stage and or vice versa. So yeah, man.
All right, so make sure you check that out. And
BRM.
Man, another dope song. My next one is, he used to live out here in Vegas. James Mays wears this hat a lot. Hope Music.
Yeah, man.
My man Dusty Marshall dropped a new one. And I cheated a little bit because usually this is like first take. You know what I'm saying? We just heard the song. But this song was actually submitted to the email earlier from the PR that Dusty's on. I already heard some of the songs, so James Mays hasn't.
I haven't heard it.
So we're going to play this song right now called Oh God, featuring Nameless Servant right here. Speak Live Radio Indie Artist Music Review. Here we go. Dusty Marshall.
Why would you do that?
Christians out there repping sin. Oh God. See, we out there repping him. Wonder at the same time how Christians out there repping sin.
Rainbow flag on my headline. Read these from my profile. Face labels, Christian artist. I love Jesus. My quote now. On Facebook, I'm posting the Bible quote. Oh my God, can judge me. Don't bother open that good book. Saw Christians say it in a documentary. I rep the king, the message of he seen. He bended at knee. Surrender my Lord, haters of me, they're just angry I'm free. Free from sin, now I'm free to sin. Grace living on my week of in. Body shots, let the tricking begin. I work so hard, this is what we gonna sin. I'm weak again, but then it will show with strength. I've been forgiven, it's my mission to expose my faith. Not by work, but handed is amazing grace. You died for me, and this is how I show my thanks.
Oh God, see we out there repping him. Time our Christians out there repping sin. Oh God, see we out there repping him. Wonder at the same time our Christians out there repping sin.
You rap for him, yeah, but you just repping sin. True. I tell the truth, so don't get mad when I'm gon' reprehend. That's the man, the devil in your head again. It seemed like you just settled in, voluntarily pedaled in.
You recognize that this will talk, it's 100 grand. Yeah, devil tell you lighten up like the color tan. Don't do it. I'ma tell the truth, I don't understand. How you say that you be living for the son of man? He got plans just to take you to another.
Yeah, that's my man Dusty Marshall, Oh God, featuring Nameless Servant. We don't know his name.
It's Nameless Servant.
But he's a servant. But that's Oh God right here on Speak Life Radio, Indie Artist Music Review. We've reviewed some of Dusty Marshall's music before.
We have.
I've known him for a long time. I've actually recorded a lot of his music in the past, some of his stuff at the beginning. So I've known him for a long time. One of my biggest frustrations with him has always been his voice. It never has sounded like not supernatural, but super spacebar natural to me.
Gotcha.
It always sounds like he's forcing it. It still sounds like that a little bit in this song, but it sounds a lot better. Like his flow style fits a lot more. Doing this right now than I feel like some of his music in the past has for me. And I like the song overall, man. The beat's dope. He got a good feature that complements it.
Yep.
I still want him to flow a little more, to be more relaxed, I guess, when he's rapping. I think that's my only issue with this. He doesn't sound really relaxed to me. Does that make sense?
It does. For this song particular, I like Dusty on this one. I didn't hear the forcedness. Maybe I've
and like I'm saying on this one, I don't hear that like I do.
I don't even know if I've heard it on a lot of his music recorded. Maybe like on like freestyles that he'll do like live on Facebook because I follow him on Facebook. But this one, I like his flow, and I like him in this lane. Other tempos, this one complements Dusty. This tempo, this beat, that ride, the way he was going. He sound at home on this beat. The chorus was dope. I like the chorus. I love the production, like that little.
Yeah, that was good.
So all together, I do love the song, and the feature was fire too.
Yeah. And that's the thing. You got to know what type of beat you could actually spit on. Like, how's your voice going to sound on particular beats? And I know when you're a new artist, you're starting, you don't really know that yet until you start rapping on those beats.
It takes time to find your voice.
Trying to write to those beats, you know? So there are certain beat styles that are going to fit you better, fit even your voice, the tone in your voice. You know what I'm saying? It's going to fit that better.
Right.
So that's kind of, what you have to do as an artist is figure that out.
And I think Dusty found that with this one. Yeah. I'm sure he's proud of this one. I mean, it's probably one of the newer ones too, so you always proud of your new stuff.
Yeah.
But this one is a lot different than stuff that I've heard from Dusty in the past.
Yep.
Yeah, man, I really, really dig it.
Dope. So we're going to move on.
Keep going, Dust.
My man Calvin Hill dropped a new album.
Calvin Hill, okay.
Calvin Hill dropped a new album.
Are we going to bring up his incident again?
No. So Calvin Hill
went
got in a car accident. And
and
if you haven't heard the incident,
we couldn't find
make sure you check out the replays of the shows because we talk about it every time.
Every time he puts
something
something
shout out because he was blowing up my DMs.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, settle down. But no, in all honesty, he was asking about the reviews because he wanted to submit some music.
And he's good with that. And we appreciate those who come back and submit more music.
Yeah, and it's new stuff. People aren't like, hey, check out my song that you reviewed last week. Like, people are submitting new music again. You know what I'm saying? So I like that.
Which means they care about what we say.
Yeah.
Note. Thank you.
Exactly. So this is Calvin Hill. It's called Fallen For You right here on Speak Life Radio, featuring Jay Millennium and someone else right here, Speak Life Radio.
May you alone be worshipped tonight. 1, 2. I'm falling for you. My ups and downs, my round and rounds with you. I'm falling for you. And I fell so hard, so hard, so hard with you. And I can't deny the fact that I'm falling for you. Through it all, you've been right there for me, Joe.
sleepless nights, all my fights, all the times that I got up and left, pushed you away, and still you gave me your best. I don't see what you see in this pitiful mess. I'm blessed, I'm a perfect example of grace. That's what I'm trying to say is I'm falling with you. God, you my first love and my last. The only person that could see through my past, see through my walls and my ugly mask. So anything you need, Father God, I'm begging you ask. You cared when nobody else cared. You was there when nobody else was there. So I'll sing, I'll worship, I'll give you your praise with my arms both raised, singing. Falling with you.
That's Calvin Hill, Falling for You, featuring Jay Millennium and May J. May J. I don't know the name, but shout out. We'll learn the name next time. I like the song. It's not my favorite song from him. It's a very it's a moody song as far as I'd have to be in the right mood to want to hear that song more than once. And that would be a very chill, like worship type mood, which I do get in, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Very churchy type song. Like it felt like, and with the crowd in the background, which I don't know if I liked it or not. I don't know if I like the background cheering or not. I'm kind of neutral on that right now, but it did fit because I feel like it gave me that live on stage. You're singing to me and rapping from the stage in a worship setting. So it definitely gave me that feel. I would like to hear the song again without that crowd to see
if it
the
still has the same effect.
Exactly. He is a dope artist though. This song, it was good. It's just not particularly my favorite of what he sent. And like I said, I'd have to be in the right mood to really like feel that. But it was still overall a good song. I like the song, but I do like some of his other stuff better.
I'll agree with everything you said. When it first came on, I was thrown by the way it, like the sound. Calvin Hill's always got some great choruses that he decides to produce.
Well put together songs. Yeah.
And then I said, okay, let me wait and see what I feel like when the verse comes in.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I enjoyed the second verse more than I enjoyed the first.
Okay.
Because I wanted something different. So this is a personal thing, but that's what all of this is anyway. I wanted something more from his first verse. I wanted more of a different voice, a voice change. I wanted him to have power behind it, and he came in with the mellow mood.
Yeah.
So it threw me off. But the second verse did a little bit more of that. But I feel like it should have a little bit more. But he always has good music. I did not like the crowd at all.
At all?
At all.
Not even at the beginning?
At the beginning, I didn't notice that it was one of those crowd loops.
Okay.
I thought it was something that, like, okay, this is organic. But if you know what you're listening for, you've heard that loop before.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, oh, okay, I hear it. Here comes the swell.
So I feel like maybe at the beginning,
have
the crowd, and then it fades off like when the verse kicks in.
And then, like moving because it fits over the chorus somewhat. But yeah.
Or maybe just have it come in during the chorus instead of like, I don't know if I like it or not.
Yeah, to speak to the style of music, because you said it was like a different mood.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the style. I love the worship feel. I love the idea that he's rapping, but he did not take out the aspect of worship, because there's something that's missing in hip hop. The whole "I'm falling for you," like it's like a love. It's like a love song.
Yeah.
Great, bravo, bro.
And then you get those people that will do like a worship type song and rap way too hard on it. You know what I'm saying?
So I think it's a medium. You got to find that medium, because like maybe just go back and just do that verse over. And I mean, I don't know what you're doing with
the
it
project's
right now.
out.
Yeah.
The project's out. So that's the thing. Like,
yeah.
It's not like it's let me see what people think about this song before I put it out.
This is already
The song's out. Because same thing, I would like to hear without that crowd noise.
Because I don't know if he would do it like that.
But the song's
live.
already out.
I don't know if he would do it like that live. I think he would.
Yeah.
If you have that live, then don't put studio voice on it. Yeah. And his verses were studio voice.
And he's actually in the Facebook chat right now. He said, I appreciate y'all. I wanted it to feel like a natural live performance. I wrote the hook and original sung it for the hook. Yeah, and it did have that vibe, but I just feel like the crowd noise should have at least probably faded off like maybe halfway through the first verse or something.
Yeah, it was a dope song, though.
Because then it does kind of sound like a loop of crowd noise. But we also are in music. We produce music.
And I've heard that swell.
Other people
use that.
But what I'm saying is the average listener might not. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
this is true.
Yeah. But overall, good song, dope artist. Make sure you check more of Calvin Hill out. And we probably will interview him in the future because he does have an album that dropped recently. But next week, I got my man Zadok.
That's nice.
Here live. My man is from the East Coast. And he just dropped a new project. I haven't had a chance to listen to it yet, so I'm not even going to lie and say it's so dope. But we're going to review it this week and then do an interview with him on Friday.
Can't wait to
so
hear
make sure you check that out. I got my man Jay Crum. He just dropped a new project as well, so we're going to be interviewing him. We got a couple other special guests coming in the studio from Vegas that are just doing some dope ministry stuff and just dope stuff for the community out here in Vegas throughout the weeks too. So it's going to be a mix this year. We're still focused on hip hop, but we're going to. I want to be able to introduce you to other people that are just doing dope stuff in the community of Vegas and beyond. We have the Stellar Awards next month coming out here. I'm not sure if it's the same weekend.
I think it is.
I'm not sure if it's the same weekend, so we'll figure that out.
I'm not sure 100%.
But we do have a lot of artists coming out for that, and we will be having them in the studio if James Mays is here or not. That means I won't be going to Connecticut with them.
Right.
But yeah, we have a lot of stuff going on.
We're figuring that out.
But
because
listen, we're
going
to have a good season here on Speak Life Radio, and we're going to be here weekly. We're going to be consistent. We're going to be here weekly.
Yep.
Giving it to you. That's what. And then we're going to be in California, in Whittier, Praise Chapel, Whittier, Saturday, March 9th. Rest in peace, Biggie.
Rest in peace, Biggie.
March 9th. For the People Tour, Bizzle, D1, and Flame.
That's going to be dope.
We're going to be covering that event. I don't know if James is coming because I just told him about it right now.
You just told me now, but
I did
see the flyer. I did see the flyer.
When I told you guys, I told him. Yeah. But we're going to get interviews, hopefully, with Bizzle. I'll call him before.
That's our guy.
Make sure. My man D1 and Flame. We're going to be getting interviews live there. For that, Beloved Changers Entertainment is putting on that concert.
It's a lot of concerts.
Praise Chapel, Whittier Boulevard, Whittier, California.
A lot of good concerts.
We'll give you more information on that throughout the weeks. And we might even have tickets to give away if you live out here on the West Coast in the Vegas or Southern California area. We'll be doing that as well.
Yep.
Go ahead, man. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. You're fine. You're doing it. I'm just saying it's a lot of good concerts, a lot of good collab concerts that I've been seeing, man. I know.
And we want to bring them out to Vegas, but we need to know the support's going to be here first.
This is true.
So we are planning some events for later in the spring, maybe in the summer, but we are planning a couple events this year, and we want to be able to do it, but we need the support out here in Vegas because we get support. Like most people listening aren't even in Vegas right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Which is fine, but we need the hip-hop scene out here to grow again. And it is. There's some artists out here still, but we need to find the new artists because, at churches, every church has like a rapper there. You know what I'm saying? Like any youth group, but they just don't know that other artists exist. So
or
my
they
goal
don't want
this
to
year,
know, or they don't want to
possibly.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people would want to know that there is actually a scene out here.
Yep.
So that's something that we want to do this year is build this scene back up.
Yep, and we will do it. We will do it.
We will.
It's a lot of pressure.
So yeah, make sure you check that out.
We will do it.
We will do it. But we got some more music to review for you.
Let's go.
And I'm going to get into this song. His name is Colby J. This is somebody that I don't think has sent us music before.
The name sounds familiar, though.
Possibly. So we're going to play this song right now called WOW. It's an acronym, Words on Words.
Maybe it's just my favorite cheese, though, Kobe Jack. I don't know.
Possibly.
Yeah, I like that. I like that cheese on sandwiches.
Yeah. You know, our words have power. We have the ability to create. For real. Have you ever been there when you sick to your stomach, can't even finish dinner? Got a lot on your plate and you can't think straight. In the mix, threw my feelings in a blender. Still really got a lot to say. Threw me in the box, lot to say. I broke out then, broke back in, dropped the bass. Christ came with the keys of grace. He told me be fruitful like I'm squeezing grace. Run your race, don't ease the brace. Keep the faith, participate the deeds and snakes of Jesus. Come lead the way, yeah. Get up on your knees, plead and pray so Jesus will you lead today, yeah. You gave me breath just to breathe today, authority just to seize today, yeah. My father's a gardener, yeah, we started from the bottom here. They looked at me crazy when I brought a bit, like why would he buy the beer? Spirit led, not by the beer, spirit filled right by the pit. On this journey, don't stop it here. I see the light like a flock of did, the word of God, and everybody flock ahead. It's progress here, the time is near, so I watch when no time of fear. Every time it's time is real, this time is real. You probably feel pressure just to pop this pill. Eyes appeal, you're spending all your dollar bills. All I see is promotion of our sex appeal. There she goes, stripping just to pay the bills. It gives me chills. Women up in stripping hills. Your worth is found to Christ. I've been raised to life. You pay the price just to really save your life. Mexican, Japanese, black and white. You know we eating. Talk about the bread of life. You took a beating. For all my sins of life, I'm thankful, grateful just for another chance. I'm thankful, grateful just for the simple things. Let's break the chains with praises. We lift our hands. The risen one will lead us to the promised land. The word of God will timid at the promised dance. So put your hands together like to pray your hands. The congregation singing and I see them dancing. Gotta keep the posture like a b-boy stance. And my posture look like a praying mantis. How you curve the devil with his silly antics. Living water came just from underwater, living like I'm from Atlantis. I repent cause I'm a sinner. You was born to be a winner. Champion, fisherman for your soul. Real man. Jesus really, man. Who the realest? Yeah, the realest. Yeah, that's really him. Look inside, who decides? This with all my pain inside. See you cry, dry your eyes. I conceal my love inside. I reveal this from the skies. I reveal this in disguise. I remember in the winter, cleaning cars from Enterprise. Even though heart was cold, grabbed the brim, hands were froze. Had a fish.
All right, that's Colby J with WOW.
Exactly.
Words on words.
Exactly.
Dude could spit. Dude could definitely spit, man.
Yep.
I like his flow style a lot. I like the way he was spitting. Got some words on words.
On words.
The beat, half of the beat was cool. Half of the beat was cool.
Okay. Talk about it.
The drum part, you know what I'm saying? The beat itself of this instrumental was dope. The samples in it were throwing me off. That was throwing me off, and then there was a piano that was throwing me off. Those seemed almost too slow for the beat. And then it was distracting me from him rapping. Because I would be listening to him rapping, and I'm like, yo, that piano was getting on my nerves, and I would just hear the piano. And then I would just hear that sample.
I see what you're saying.
I didn't like that part of the beat, and it almost messes up the whole song for me because of that. Because the beat itself was dope. The samples on top of the beat threw me off, and it was taking me away from somebody that was rapping really dope over that beat. But that threw me off, and that would make me almost be like, I can't keep playing this song over and over again.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. My opinion.
I think Quan doesn't know what he's talking about. No, I think that is a fair assessment. Maybe that sample was different for the beat. But I did love the track though. I did love the track. The flow was bananas. It was ridiculous. It was crazy, and there was something about it that was like, I hope he don't go into chorus right now because I still want to hear him spit.
Yeah.
And he didn't. And then when he dropped and changed the beat up a little bit, I loved that change too. I love a good flow, and I love people who can keep your attention and don't need a hook. Like, I find myself to be that type of rapper where I don't like, I can rap for 4 minutes and you'd be like, all right, I'm in for the ride. Let's go. So shout out to, what's this guy's name again?
Kobe J.
Kobe J.
Kobe J.
Cole BJ?
B. Like Kobe Jack.
Like Kobe Jack. I bet. So, man, like, you can spit, bro. We need to do a verse together. But it's going to be a long song. Yeah, but the beat didn't bother me anymore. I was pulled in from the beginning, and he kept my attention. I wasn't ready for it to end, really.
All right. Well, and there's still more to the song. So
yeah. It seemed like we fade out.
You can get the whole song, but we do play about 220 of every song. Listen, if you hear a song and we play like 45 seconds of it, and you already know what the review is going to be like. At least on my side, because I control everything on this side of the control room. But you know how,
and I'll be like, why you turn it off?
But most of the time, it's like, I know nobody's going to be feeling it. So, not trying to be rude.
But we know what we're talking about. We've already established that.
All right, yeah, not trying to be rude, but that's, that's how I'm doing it. But we're going to get into some more tracks right now. We have about 2 or 3 more tracks that we're going to get into today. And I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
It's good to be back. Thank you guys for coming back. Thank you guys for riding with us throughout our break. We need a break also. We got families. We got things that we want to do. We take trips. We got things that we need to service.
Speak for yourself, man. I'm just sitting here all day.
This is not also true because you also have family members and nieces and nephews that you taking wonderful movie trips with, and
true that,
and family that you going to games with. We seeing you out here. You spending time with the folks. So we appreciate y'all coming back with us for 2019. And like you said, man, we're going to have a consistent year. It's going to be great. Yeah. A lot more music to review, a lot more artists to interview, a lot more records to break. So let's get into it. Next song.
Yeah. This is Who I Am.
Who
am I? This is Jay Millennium. He was featured on Calvin Hill.
Okay.
Featuring Pastor Ron Duncan.
Okay.
I always love pastor features. So
I always love when they put who they are before they name. We're not going to do that, though, but keep going.
Here we go. This is Prophet Quan and Prophetess James May.
What?
On my shoulder, I call her Leslie. Oh, you can catch me. Skinnies and fresh sneaks. My heart open sesame, no cookie cutter. Not aiming for others. Sorry that left me. I know they seen this space before. Hello, I know they seen this place before. Now it's time to jump outside the box. Time to get away some more. The face of love is freedom, though, so I spit bars to explain it more. Loving God and loving people, making music, being see-through. I ain't playing no more, I breathe this. Entertainment used to be my weakness. Now I'm dangerous, free from the leashes. Hold up, I mean, free from the leeches. I'm in the game, no screaming from the bleachers. I see parameters missing, Look at what this guy is cooking all up in the kitchen. Got all in front of my vision, I don't want to miss him. How could you tell me who I am when you don't know where I have been? If you knew what God has planned for me, you would be for me. Do you know that New Orleans? Do you know that New Orleans? 'Cause if you know that New Orleans, you would be for me. I just found a meaning of the season. Take advantage, heart is beating. I am nothing without them, believe me. Yeah, I answer to the chief. Cornerstone in front of me. These demons, they wanted war and found a beast. I come into the world to drink, forget what they think. I'm spreading my wings. Got us on the move, I love it. I'm still trying to hit the crate button. I go berserk on the track like I'm Fan Force 5 with the horns in the back, play button. Just trying to live like he's living. Sound off from the east and the west. Shout out to the homie John Givens. Go off and I beat on my chest. Blah, blush is the cook in God's kitchen. Whoa there, whoa there, whoa there. Next level, got to go there. Grab the shovel, plant my hope there. Oasis blowing out of nowhere. Some will be for me, some will be for me. If none will be for me, it won't annoy me. Cause maybe they really don't know where my joy be noisy. How could you tell me who I am when you don't know where I have been?
Yeah, that's Who I Am, Jay Millennium, featuring Pastor Ron Duncan.
Okay.
Was Pastor Ron on the hook?
I think it definitely sounded pastorish.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be like
pastoral.
I thought it was going to be like preaching during the hook. And God wants you to repent of your sin.
So I'm going to go first.
Go first.
I love this flow, but I feel like I lost him in the midst of all the track. It seemed like the track was like, imagine like a pig in a blanket.
And I think it's the mix too.
Yeah.
That's why I put on a second pair of headphones because both my pairs of beats sound totally different. And so I'm like, yo, is there too much verb on his verse?
Sounding like a lot of verb, and I was gonna say that for both vocals, for the verses and for the chorus. The chorus was fun. It was interesting the first time. It was like, all right, where are we going with this? It seemed a little older.
Okay.
But it was still fun because I was excited for it to come back around the second time. The flow was dope. I just lost it in the midst of the track.
Okay.
The horns got a little bit old too.
Especially, I have a problem even producing tracks with horns because you could tell sometimes like the horns that come on like beat sets or they sound kind of like I'm very picky about horns. So if you're gonna do horns, like get someone to come in live in the studio and do the real horns. But other than that, man, I think I thought the track was good. I thought his style was dope. I didn't like the mix. The vocals sounded a little too far away, and I think that made some of the things in the beat pop out.
And that's kind of what you said it better.
And like the verb on it was too hollow. The vocals weren't like they didn't feel solid. You know what I'm saying?
It was like he was trying to compensate for something.
Yeah, and I think we've talked about it before on the show. If this is your first time watching, we do talk about the mix on this because the mix could make you think like, this song isn't very good. But it's like, no, the song was good. I just couldn't vibe to it because I couldn't really. It wasn't in the right place. The voice wasn't really in the right place.
Yeah.
As far as where it needs to be to listen at the right level.
And if you need my vote, I think it's a good song. I just think it was other things about it that took away from me enjoying it as much as I could.
And even the hook, like I liked the hook. I thought it was good. It was a different vibe. So it was good, man. So keep doing it. Just maybe work on your.
What's his name again? You went away from it. I'm sorry.
Nope. J Millennium.
Oh, right, because he was on that. Yeah. We obviously know the dude got talent because we like the last song for sure. It's just maybe that mix was a little bit bad because I think it's a better song than it's presented as.
Yeah. Yep. All right, we're gonna get into the next song. This is Blaine. Why you laugh?
Because I was looking at the live and I just saw me.
It's like
a delay. It's a delay.
Oh. This is Blaine. Sounds like a white guy. I don't know why.
That's a typical white guy name.
Don't be racist.
You said it.
It's called Tired, featuring BZK right here. Speak Life Radio.
Move the word. Hold on, BZ. You might have did some.
Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time, casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
It be times I find I'm tired of this. I be calling on your name and I be struggling. On and on, you see, you be witness. You hold it down in dark times when I be struggling. Crack the sky and show your face. I've been in these streets for days. Ducking laws can catch a case. I don't wanna get a raise. I know that it's true. I know it's you. You lift me up. I've been going through some things. I can really feel the pain, and I really need to change. I've been drinking for days and trying to get up out this cage. So much hate in my heart, it's got me mad and in a rage. Needing God, but several blunts laying in my ashtray. If I die today, I fear I'll be engulfed in smoking flames. Throwing hands, I hear I'm always catching the case, causing trouble at home. And I got nowhere to stay. Judges staring at me, got revenge on my mind. Praying for papers, hoping I ain't signing up for some time. The drugs that I'm taking have polluted my mind. I need to be refreshed, Lord. You been on my mind. It be times I find I'm tired of this. I've been calling on your name and I've been struggling. On and on, you see, you be witness. You hold it down in dark times when I be struggling. Crack the sky and show your face. I've been in these streets for days. Ducking laws can catch a case. I don't wanna get a raise. I know that it's true. I know it's you. You lift me up.
must deny. Times hard, I cry. Walk in the place you still will die. You blaming the
All right, that's Blaine with Tire featuring BZK. He was doing something different, so I wanted to see what that change up was. But it's called Tired right here on Speak Life Radio. Let me see, man. How do I feel about that track? I wasn't in love with it.
Okay.
I wasn't in love with it. I got to be honest. Like
Your words.
The hook, the singing sound forced to me. It didn't. It was cool.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expect it to come in like that when the beat was going. I expected something different. So when that singing dropped, I wasn't in love with it. His flow was all right. It was very basic though.
Mm-hmm.
Like I love the message. Like you're trying to change. You're trying to like, yo, I'm dealing with like drinking and like smoking too much and doing all this stuff where like I need to change.
And I caught that too.
And with that though, I feel like just be more creative with your words because we've heard songs like this before. And then just your flow pattern, like just maybe same thing, man. Maybe just be a little more relaxed and just let it flow. Some of the ad libs were a little too loud on the mix.
Yeah, that when it broke and did like kind of the telephone tunnel effect, that was out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So you done? Sorry.
Yeah, I would. It's all right. It's not something that I would like really play.
I think this is a case of two people with interesting voices, really good voices, a good flow, and a good singing voice, but just on the wrong track. The track I did not enjoy at all. It was very dated to me. It was I don't know. I don't even know if the track didn't seem to match itself at times. You know, it's like the cadence of the beat didn't match the music in the background, and it was just kind of all over the place. But I liked them. I liked them on the track. I think the singer was good. I heard a little bit of effects on his singing, like, you know, maybe a tad bit auto-tune or something like that. And I do think the guy who's rapping had a great voice.
Yeah.
I just don't think that they belonged on that track. And maybe even, I think they both do separate music, but they just know each other, and let's just do a song.
Yeah.
That might be the cause of it, but yeah, the track itself didn't, the track itself stood out to me in a negative way.
Yeah.
Music, the
All
track,
right.
the music.
Yep.
Yeah, man. So
there you have it. If anybody has opinions, go ahead and comment in Facebook, or if you want to call in, hit us up 702-608-3259.
We'll read them out
Once
loud.
again, that phone number is 702-608-3259. And we got someone in the chat that should just come to the studio next time.
Right. He always say he gonna come, but
and do the reviews live in the studio with us, Eric Spit Us Forum Willis.
Hey.
Spit AZ Forum.
SPIT 4M. He always has something going on. Like he was just out of town towards the end of the year last year.
I don't need to hear dude's life.
All right, I'm sorry. But yeah, he definitely come in, E.
Listen, man, I think that's gonna close up this segment
man.
Of the Indie Artist Music Review. We got a little bit of time left, about 10 minutes. So I do want to get into other stuff that we wanted to talk about.
Yep.
One being Black History Month.
Black History Month. Happy Black History Month, everybody.
Happy Black History Month. A lot of people don't support it, and it's been a lot of my black brothers and sisters.
Support it. That's a deep
word.
Well,
that they say we don't necessarily support it or celebrate it because like this is our lives all the time.
I don't see too many McDonald's Black History Month commercials happening lately. Not loving it.
But I have seen less like even stuff about it. I don't know if that's
No, it's coming across that way.
Yeah.
We ask our kids every year, is your school doing something for Black History Month? This year, both of them said yes.
Okay.
My daughter, who is in high school, is in Black Student Union. So, of course, they're going to do something.
Yeah.
Maybe not of course, but yes, they're doing something.
They're doing something, yeah.
And then my son has, once a week this month, somebody's coming in and doing a presentation on Black History Month. So schools seem to be trying. He does have a lot of Caucasian teachers, and so some people don't feel like it's their place because we've seen on Facebook a lot of teachers missing. There's that case of the teacher coming in blackface trying to do a presentation.
Wait, I didn't see that.
You didn't see that? Oh my God,
bro! I don't pay attention to news and social media.
So it was a teacher. It was a teacher in this
year.
Oh, this year who came and did blackface.
I'm sorry. How does anyone not know that blackface is not good?
I don't know how you don't get it.
I don't get that.
But
like,
they're still doing it.
You have to know that if you're an adult. I can understand, like, yo, maybe you're 12 and you didn't realize what it really is.
Because then the people who are over you and buying the paint and buying your outfit should tell you, I don't know if you should go this way, son or daughter.
Exactly.
But then there are also the teachers who are they're African American, who are like really going out, making sure that these things are known. So to your question, who is Black History Month for? I initially answered that it's for black people. And I'm going to stick with that answer because I feel like it's our time to shine with
to celebrate your history.
To celebrate, but it's also like our it's like Black Panther, the movie.
Yeah.
How Black Panther came out last year in Black History Month, and everybody really kind of went hard for it. And I don't know if we want to let that energy up. But I do like your point. I'm gonna let you say your point.
Yeah. So I think, and I'm not saying it's not for black people. I'm saying
right.
It's also for white people and other races, other nationalities. To learn about Black history, because I wouldn't know as much growing up in school, and I had good teachers, and they might have, I mean, no one came in blackface, but they might have said some things wrong and did some things that maybe didn't represent well. But I think most of them did a good job of at least making me interested in it, to where it's like, yo, I want to know more about some of these people we're learning about, and of course, like Martin Luther King. You have like the big ones that were very historical.
Who is like, that's like the Nike of
Black History Month. That's like the main one. Martin Luther King,
Malcolm X,
and then having to do,
Madam C.J. Walker.
Reports. We had to do a report on, a black person from history for Black History Month. I remember doing one on George Washington Carver.
There you go, peanut butter.
And I've been interested in him ever since.
Because you like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Because of that, and his name dropped in a Run DMC song back in the day.
That's a fact.
So I was like, yo, I just did a report on him. Like, so I was going crazy.
He was geeked.
But it made me realize, it made me look at that like, yo, I didn't know all this. And then there was teachers that taught us about the oppression and like the stuff that really went on with slavery. And
but did they teach that during Black History Month?
Yeah.
So this is where I think we miss. Because what I got from your point is when you said, I think it's like for white people also, right? And I don't think it's not for white people. But the reason why I agree with the term, I think it's for white people, is because the other parts of the year, the other 11 months, we're learning history all the time. And it's never African-American highlighted. It's never Black highlighted. It's never African highlighted. It is George Washington
and
sailed
if it
this
is,
river.
it's not usually in a good way.
Yeah, it's this war happened. And if it is definitely paints us in the light.
Yeah.
So Black History Month, why I think I still stick with the idea that it's for black people, it's because it is a celebration. Can we talk about our innovations? Can we talk about our inventors? Can we talk about the people who've moved this goalpost forward and what we did to help America be as great as a country as it is?
And can we show people that, like, yo, a lot of the things that white people invented were not really invented by those white people.
So, you know
sometimes, I'm not saying everything, but
I don't know the guy's name, but the first person to do a brain surgery was in white guy. But he got the credit. So
some white people get the credit, but we do got a caller live on air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And what's your opinion?
What's up, guys? Eric, Las Vegas.
What's up, brother?
And
Eric, Las Vegas.
Eric in Las Vegas.
What's good, bro?
Everything's good, man. But I wanted to speak on that, because I'm mixed race. So, for me, dad is black, mom is white. And, just as somebody who had literally a classroom of kids split down the middle to tell you what race to put on your little thing, like sometimes when you used to have to fill out that paperwork and they'd be like, oh, so, and I had a legit question. I'm like, well, my mom is white and my dad is black, so what race should I identify with? And they were like, well,
and they didn't have mixed
what's your
back
culture?
then, right?
And
on like paperwork and stuff like that, they didn't have like
that. Nope, not at all.
Can you say mulatto?
And so what was it? Isn't that what it was called?
I think it is, but but I don't know if we can still say that. Can we still say that?
There's so many things you can't say anymore. I don't know.
If it's offensive, my bad. I don't know. But, point being is I felt like, when I look at what Black History Month actually stood for, in a lot of ways it became like way political later and stuff like that. I feel like that's my opinion. But I really felt like, I was able to identify, even though, like, yeah, I might be mixed race, but I was still growing up in the Fifth Ward in Houston, and it didn't matter if I was mixed race and my mom was white. You know what I'm saying?
Black,
if you were
brother.
there, you were just the N-word, and that's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, at the end of the day, it definitely made me proud of a heritage that, you know, my dad was a part of, and my grandmother, who used to like pray for me all the time and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, and then a funny quick story, like my daughter, when she was really young, they started doing African American histories, and they were doing, you know, obviously for Black History Month, right? And so she had to do a little bit of a study, and we asked her one day when she came home, you know, what did she learn? And she said, well, and I'm paraphrasing, you know, like, I'm so glad that Dr. Martin Luther King was around. And we're like, well, why? She goes, because I can play with my brothers. And, you know, her brothers were darker than her, and she's very light. You know, you've seen her. I mean, Erica's very light. And it was just so funny. But at the same time, I understood that moment, you know, like as a kid, it kind of took me back, like, you know what? Yeah, because of that, I can definitely play with other kids, and I may not know all their races or nationalities, because looking at Erica, you don't know she's part Black, you know. But at the end of the day, I really feel like it's a celebration, definitely in lieu of the sacrifice and the struggle of what Black people have done to put us where we are. But at the same time, I feel like it should and should continue to be recognized by everyone. So,
and that's what I think Black
about
History Month should represent, right? Like you said, in lieu of the things that we've gone through, we should be able to take a moment and say, we're just as great, we're just as amazing, and this is an opportunity to highlight us. I don't think it's a victim's run or something that, you know, like we deserve because of the stuff we've been through. But like, no, it's the shortest
celebrate.
month. And let's be able to celebrate, and let's not talk about, we undo slavery and so on. Like, that shouldn't even be a conversation
and let's
this
be intentional.
year. Yeah.
You know,
and also don't
Yeah.
also don't think that like it's for white people who did stuff for Black people, like they did last year in Boston, and they shot down Red Auerbach, the owner of or the dude for the Celtics.
He led all the Celtics to 10. Wasn't come on now, like
first guy to sign a Black player and stuff like that, and so yeah.
Oh, and you know, like Dean Smith in North Carolina, he signed one of the first Black players too. You know what I mean? So,
but it's not for them.
You know,
but we're not highlighting that. Like, that person can be innovative.
Like, look what this white man did for us. You know what I'm saying?
It's about what we did. So that's why it's an ownership of Black History Month for me as a Black person to say, this is the time that I tell my daughter about Gabby Douglas, the first person to ever, the first Black woman to sweep the Olympics, you know what I'm saying, in gymnasts. Like, the first time I can tell her about Madam C.J. Walker, who was one of the first millionaires, a Black woman in America, you know what I'm saying, and there's the reason why she can straighten her hair every once in a while, like, you know what I'm saying. It's an opportunity to say, this is what people like you, to have a representation in America, have done for everyone, and because everybody benefits from these innovations. The stoplight, we would have crazy car accidents if it wasn't for the person who invented the stoplight.
Yeah, brain surgery.
Kids would go hungry if we didn't get that peanut butter popping. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
So, and I want to just.
What would you feed your kids?
What would you feed them? No,
you're getting bread with meat,
bread and jelly. But so I do think it's a celebration. But I like that idea that it is for white people to or of all races really, because I don't want to just make it one or
Yeah, but being the dominant race in our country, I think they're the main ones that need to learn,
be able to learn
and
more.
Know, like, there's a lot of stuff,
because it'll open their eyes up to who they think we are, and it'll recorrect them and say these people are just as valid and validated and valuable as you. Some of them, not some. Not everyone. Shut up.
Hey, and also real quick, guys, like I definitely do want to be down there. I'm letting you know now. Like,
we don't believe you anymore, E. We don't believe you anymore.
Look, I had to go to Orlando. My wife spent a month out there, and I needed to spend some time with my wife.
Gotcha. I see some people on the live.
We did New Year's.
I see some people on the live who will really be good in this conversation too, but they probably won't call in.
No, and we can talk about that more, because I know we got to go soon. But we'll talk about that more. But I do know, and thanks for calling, Eric. I do know, like, I do got some people that are saying, like, I don't really care because American history, and so we we celebrate that all the time, and you know, we celebrate us all the time. But
and if you do,
and that's why
great.
I kind of take it like, you know what, maybe because I have some people that feel that way that are black, that maybe this is for white people to be able to like, yo, learn this history and learn the celebration of black people and even the struggles.
Yeah,
you know, learn what happened and learn
struggle. I feel like we learn the struggle all year long. We learn that what the news story tells us.
But that's the news story. I think you have to know the history of it to know why it's a struggle still right now. Because I think the problem is we see the struggle right now, but I don't think everyone realizes why the struggle exists.
As me as a black man, I don't want that in February. I want Martin Luther King. I have a dream speech. Give me the highlights.
Yeah,
give me
but the Martin Luther King I had a dream speech. It was from the struggle.
But facts. But it was a triumphant moment that was.
But if you don't know why he was doing that speech, then you're not going to understand that speech.
I got it. But I want to focus on the positive moments of what we've done and who we are as a people, other than what you just may think of us being the other 11 months of the year. I think it is a great thing, and I'm here for it to stay forever and ever. But
so why do you think some people don't?
I just think some people may think of it as being racist. Oh, okay, Black History Month. We don't have a White History Month. Yeah, we do.
No, that's not what I mean, bro.
What you mean?
I'm talking about from the black race.
Why do you think some people don't do it? I think it could be education, man. Maybe it's something that's tired, and maybe I don't want to say it's self-hate, but because I'm doing it in my household, and I can't even say why other people feel like they aren't doing it, but. In my household, we're asking, we're making sure, we want to know, we're inquiring, is your school doing something? Because we want you to get more than what you just see here at home. I need you to know, I need your classmates to know that you're valuable and that your people are valuable. Yeah. I need your classmates to know. So I can't speak on so much why some people don't, why us people, me people, my people. Yeah, we
because we already know like the people. Oh, we don't have a White History Month, blah blah blah. That's so old to even like. We already know.
I thought you were talking about that.
No. But yeah, man. So I wanted to jump into something else real quick before we close it out.
Real quick,
your boy Liam Neeson.
He ain't my boy, but he's somebody. But
and so there was a story this week that came out that he had a friend that was obviously close to him that had got raped, I believe, by a black person, and this was in. London, I believe. So racism doesn't just exist in America. It's not an American thing. It's
definitely
also,
not exclusive.
It's also in the other white country. So he said for about a week, he went out and wanted to fight any black person he saw.
Not just fight.
It was just waiting to kill.
Not just fight. He was looking for somebody to get into it with so he could kill them.
So he can kill them. Any black person that he could find. And would he really have killed them, or was it just that rage like, man, I could kill that person? You know what I'm saying?
He did use the term black bastard, too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he said, I'm looking for this black bastard to kill. I roamed the street for a week looking for some black
He wasn't looking for the black person.
Yeah, he wasn't looking.
He wasn't looking for the black person. No, he wasn't looking for the black person.
Oh,
any of them.
You're right.
It was just any of them. Which... Okay, to me, and I thought this happened recently, but he had mentioned that this was a long time ago.
Very long ago.
And that's how I felt. I think he apologized for feeling that way.
He did.
He didn't apologize for being like, yo, that was a very racist thing for me to do. And I think
he did say that, too. I feel like he did.
I'm not sure. I heard he didn't, and that's why.
In the article I read, he said something
okay, like, I want to see that.
It was stupid for me to feel that way, and maybe the term I'm sorry wasn't said, but the acknowledgement of how wrong it was said.
Okay, how wrong it was, fine. Because it's wrong to feel that way about me wanting to kill all white people, because I'm saying, did he acknowledge that was racism? Because I think people have to acknowledge that, like, yo, I did have racist intentions back then because of that. And I think that's something. I think that's what needs to be acknowledged in this. Because apologizing like, yo, I'm sorry that I had rage. Because, listen, I'm not going to be mad at the dude for something that happened if it was 20 years ago. If he changed.
I hear you.
If he still had, listen, if someone did something to one of his friends.
Loved ones, right?
Now, like what if someone, unfortunately, raped a family member of his? And let's say that person was black person
Would he still
that
react
raped
the
him,
same?
would you have that feeling again? Because that's what you got to really look into and be like, maybe I am racist.
Here's the question I have, right? You brought up the idea that he did not go and look for the person who actually did the crime.
Which is confusing to me.
Right. Because it's like, all right, well, I don't want to just hurt anybody. I want to try to get at the person who did this thing that has me feeling this way.
And it wasn't like I'm going to look for the black person that was 5'8", approximately
Right. Yeah, he's
210
not doing
pounds.
work. He's not doing detective work. He's just out there hoping trouble comes his way so he can get this feeling of rage out of him. But the question I thought of was, what if the person was a white person?
Yeah.
What if it was an Asian person? Does he still form the statement, I was looking for the first Asian bastard or the first Caucasian bastard?
Now, if they were white, it wouldn't have. If they were white, he would not have been looking for anybody of that race to fight.
Because where is he from?
If it was
He's
Asian,
from England, or is he from Scotland or something
somewhere
like
out
that,
there,
right? It's something.
If it was Asian, he probably would have went out looking for. So it's racism because he wouldn't have looked for any white person to fight.
But you think so? But okay, so that's my question: is do you think that it doesn't matter what the race was? It just so happened to be a black person that did the crime, and so now I'm looking for any black person.
Any black person.
So
if it was any Mexican, it would have been any Mexican person. If it was, if it was a Middle Eastern person, any Middle Eastern person.
I personally don't feel that way.
Why not?
I think the term black bastard is telling in this, right? Because the fact that he said you put the color to them. He didn't, because logically you go for the person who did it, not the type of person who did it, not the breed of person or the genre of person.
Yeah.
You go for the person who did it. So because this one person that was like something did something, it rose all of your hatred of those type of people. And so by him using the term black bastard lets me know, oh, that's how you just felt about.
But people that are racist or stereotyped against other races are going to feel that way. Like, so I feel like it would have been the same if it was an Asian.
Mm-hmm.
He would have went out there because he wanted to take revenge.
Right.
And you look at that race, because I think every race gets like that to a certain extent. I'm not saying it wants to go out there and kill somebody.
Right. But
I know there's people of every race that will feel the same way. Like if a black person does something, you're going to have white people saying like, oh.
I hear that.
And the race is
Yeah,
white people. I've heard black people do the same thing when a white cop kills somebody. They're looking for. I've seen people post that on social media.
And that doesn't make them not
like, white
racist.
people need to watch out. I'm going for all white people. Like no white person safe. I see that a lot recently.
And that also makes it just as wrong. But we know the energy that comes from.
You got
right?
the Koreans that own stores in predominantly black neighborhoods,
right,
and black areas of town.
Mm-hmm.
That really a black person is going to rob their store. They don't like all black people because of that.
They're going to look at all black people.
We've seen that. We saw that even in the Rodney King era.
So before we go back and forth, are we saying the same thing? Because I think the way you're explaining this sounds like you're saying pretty much the same thing. Because what I'm saying is that he had something in him that did not like black people, and because a black person did something to someone that he loved, it rose that up.
Definitely, but I think if you're racist, you don't like any other race. I don't think
maybe
many
some more
people
than
are,
others.
Exactly.
Maybe some more than others. Yeah.
Exactly, but I just don't think white people are the only racist because I
don't think that too.
Like in my experience,
mm-hmm.
like Asian people don't like black. I've heard Asian friends talk about black people way more than any of my white friends have ever. Real talk.
No,
I just know in America there's more of us.
Mm-hmm.
And so it is like
you stand out.
It's out there more. But and that's what's always confused me about the race issue in America. It's always black versus white.
Mm-hmm.
You're not seeing that like, yo, the Asian community,
mm-hmm.
and I'm not saying all of them. I'm just saying like the stereotype of it. Like everybody don't like them more than white. You don't like black people more than white people. Even Hispanics use the N-word with the ER on the end more than I've heard from anybody else.
Every group has their
racist
and like
so that's why
moments, right?
That's why I feel as a white person, I feel most white people think they're more racist white people don't feel they're dominant of the black race.
Mm-hmm.
They feel they're dominant of every race. So that's why I feel no matter what race it would have been besides white, he would have went out looking for that person. Because
Now-
we've also learned in America, if this terrorist does something, this Middle Eastern, we do not trust the Middle East or Middle East people. If someone walks in the studio wearing,
right,
you know, the head
wrap or
we're gonna feel a certain way because we've been taught that.
But I think it's our ignorance because we look at
No,
Sikhs-
exactly.
Yeah,
But that's
we look
what
at
I'm
our
saying.
Sikhs,
We're-
we look at people who are Muslim. We look
Yeah.
at people of other.
But then you have a white dude blow up a building, shoot up his workplace.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not a terrorist. It's just, you know, whatever. And we're not going out there and be like, I feel like the white people are a threat to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
As a white man, other races are going to.
I don't want to lump. I don't think I lump Liam Neeson into that category of the people who think he's the dominant race. I just do think that he had a prejudice towards a certain group of people, and because by chance that happened, he felt that way towards any group. Like he went out looking at anybody of that and that week. If we're just calling it that week he went, and then he came to a sentence. He came to a census.
Yeah.
Sorry, he came to a census. So I don't know. I'm out when it comes to Liam Neeson because I feel like he had something there. And I understand you apologize, so on and so forth. And I do think it was very bold for him to bring it up because it wasn't even the
He didn't have to bring that
He did
up.
not. He did. But
and
he
that's
was
why
just being transparent.
That's why I'm not like fully on board with people bashing him right now.
Well, I don't think I'm bashing him.
No, I'm not saying
I know
you.
who he
I
is.
didn't say you.
Yeah,
I'm talking about people like on social media have been doing that a lot. And it was something in his past. And my problem with all of this, with anybody, like you cannot define people off their worst moment from their past. And we do that way too much in society.
But that's America, though.
In the world these days, though, it's just
That's
society-wise.
America.
Like,
We define everybody from one thing that happened.
And we can't do that if the media does that, if, you know, let them. But us as the people, we need to not define people off their worst moments because guess what? You had a worst moment in your life. If we just define you like that, you know, how are you going to feel? Just because you're not famous or popular doesn't mean that people can't, you know, call you out on that. I wouldn't want people defining me off my worst moment.
Right. And
off something I said when I was in anger. You know what I'm saying?
But here's the thing, like if it comes out of you in a fit of anger, then I almost feel like, dang, it's like that's how you really felt though. Like if
so when you've had a fit of anger, and I'm taking this beyond just race.
Got you, not just race.
You said some stuff. Like, have you said some stuff to your wife?
We have been in conversations back and forth in our own private home that there were things that I've said, and in that moment, it was definitely something that I wanted to say because I wanted to be maybe hurtful, right? Because it's my ammo. This is my ammo at this moment.
Yeah.
If someone else found out about that, they were like, oh, well, then that must be how he feels.
And then if your wife defined you off that moment.
If she defined me from that moment.
And
she
dealt with you that way forever.
Right. But she cannot, I think I try my best to be different in that. And I try not to speak when I don't mean it, right? It may be,
and that's good because you.
Yeah, it may be a truth that may not be nice to share, but I share it in that moment because I'm just like, all right, well, this is what you want to hear it like this. You want to hear it like this, and I do other people like that too. I don't want to just make.
And other people might not be like that. Other people
may not be like that. They don't think.
Yeah, other people will say stuff just to hurt the other person. Right. You know what I'm saying?
In the past time, there were times I'm just saying stuff just to say stuff, but I don't think he just said that to say it. Because he's telling a story. He could change the vibe of the whole story by that. He didn't change a bit of it because he felt like, oh, I'm being transparent. They'll welcome it. And opposed to saying, this is a little telling. This is a little telling about where you were. Now, you could have evolved from it. I'm all about people evolving. He learned something. He's worked with people of color and all races, and something about him has changed. I'm all for that because you can't pigeonhole people to where they were. You can't say, because you did that, then that's fine. But in that moment, for those 10 days, for that moment that he was just like, I don't like any black person in front of me, which I'm paraphrasing, but I'm willing to take a life of any black person that comes up and starts mess with me. That's a bit much.
Yeah.
That's a bit much. That's a bit much.
And if it was 20 years ago, we're still going to keep that on him then.
But that's how society is. I'm willing to pass by. I personally wouldn't because I also think it was kind of dope that he would even be willing to share that, even though it was stupid to do it in media sense of how the world, like, because now that
especially in this day and age, because everybody wants to be
like, he not having a premiere for his new movie that's about to drop in like a week or something like that. Like, people are canceling him. The whole cancel culture is like up in arms. Black Twitter is after him right now. Like, so it was crazy for him to do that in public. It was almost like a fly on the wall type thing. But for him to do it, I'm like, all right, well, at least he was being true, because I want to know who you are. And once I know who you are, but I know that you changed, fine. Like, you can hire somebody who's been to jail,
and that's the thing. Like, we all change, and sometimes people change for the worse. Some people change for the better, but I think that's something that happens, and I wouldn't want to be defined off what I was as 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we're growing every day and evolving every day. Right. Like, your 20-year-old self, and I don't know anybody that's in their 30s and 40s that looks at their 20s and be like, you know what, I was a lot smarter in my 20s.
Right.
I was a lot wiser. Everything I said and did was so much smarter.
Nobody
you know
feels
what I'm saying?
that way.
You always look like, dang, man, like, I got away with some stuff that, thank God, that he rescued me through that, because
Facts.
I might not even supposed to be alive right now. You know what I'm saying?
But a lot of times we try to blame it on age. We're like, well, the kid's young. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing they did with Chris Brown. The kid's young. But when you continue to make those issues.
in the moment. But that's the thing, continuing those issues. If he did this 20 or 30 years ago, like it was said, and hasn't felt that way again, because let's face it, we've talked about it before on a spiritual level. Racism is evil.
It is.
That's a major evil in our world. That's like one of the biggest evils going on right now, especially in our country. So sometimes that evil will grab onto you, and then you let it go, and you're like, yo, like, dang, what was I thinking? Why was I even thinking racist thoughts? You know what I'm saying? Have you ever thought thoughts that you're like, yo, how was I even thinking that?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't, like, honestly say, yeah, I was
like
just
fits
like,
of rage,
like
his, and I don't know if you've ever dealt with this, road rage, where you just like, man, I wouldn't mind seeing that dude's car flip over right now.
Maybe not to that extent.
Okay, and some people have, because I've had road rage in the past where I had anger issues where I wouldn't mind seeing somebody in a road rage. I wouldn't mind seeing something happen, or I wouldn't mind, like, yo, man, I'll pull over and get out. If I had a gun, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Right. Which then when I'm in my right mind, like, yo, I would never want to shoot anybody.
Right. Right. But it is that moment that kind of hops up on you. But you got to pray that spirit away. You got to be able to, like, but
that's what I'm saying. That's why, like, yo, like, I wouldn't want to be defined off.
That's true. I wouldn't want to be defined by it. But we do have to acknowledge the fact that he's no longer feels that way. There was no reason to tell that story per se. I don't know if it was pretty much asked about it or if he talked about it in the past, and it was like, so tell us about the story.
So you'd rather him keep it a secret?
Not necessarily keep it a secret, but he knew what he was doing. Well, he knew what was possible by sharing it, and he's kind of getting that whole thing. And
so maybe he wanted to get out there to help other people too, to be like, yo, like,
this is true.
This is what
and you can't listen to everybody. Like, you can't listen to everybody
being
because
real and transparent.
Most people are like hateful. They want to know the negative.
And anytime you're transparent with something, you're gonna have somebody use that.
This is true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So you're transparent and you confess something that you did or something that you felt. Like, you're gonna have a crowd of people be like, yo, man, thanks for sharing that.
Right.
Even, I mean, we go to church, so we know how that is.
That's why you share
like,
it.
You could be at a church and it's happened. I know it's happened to all of us, where you share something, you're in a Bible study, and you feel like, I could be transparent right now. I could share this. And then a month later, everyone might have forgiven you or might have been like, cool, man, thanks for sharing that because I was struggling the same way, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
But then you have that one or two people.
Like, oh, I can't believe that person just said that.
I can't mess with you no more.
Yeah,
or, yep, oh, you probably doing this, or you probably. It's like, yo, I confess that to, first of all, get it out there so I can deal with it.
Right. Because
a lot of people can't deal with their demons because they're hiding them. You know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's an issue we can discuss.
Yeah.
You know, we can discuss later on in other shows because we do got to get going. But, man, we're going to celebrate Black History Month for the rest of the month.
Yeah, man.
And we're going to talk about this. And he did say that during Black History Month, too, huh?
I don't know. Oh, that story came out. I think at the very beginning. Yeah, it could have been day one or something. Just like,
Happy
wow,
Black History Month. I was trying to kill all black people.
All right.
Crazy.
Weird.
But, yo, tune in every Friday, 2 p.m. West Coast time. I'm not sure if that's probably going to be the time. I like that time because we got to work at night.
Yeah, we got to work.
So much money out there in Vegas to be doing a show at night on a Friday.
I might say 3, but
so just being real.
2 or 3.
Maybe 3 o'clock. Between 2 and 4, we'll be starting the show.
Exactly. Between 2 and 4. It's like a cable guy coming to your house.
But we will have like a lockdown time. I know Brittany so wanted to be here.
Yeah.
She wanted to critique music with us, and she says she misses us. So I hope she misses us enough to start doing the Our Perspective podcast with James Mays.
Me too.
Every Wednesday, 7 p.m.
Me too.
West Coast time on Guerilla Cross Radio, because we need to get that back up also. And then
hopefully we can do that earlier too. But yeah,
5. So we're gonna end this with a No Malice track. My dude No Malice, Let the Dead Bury the Dead title track off that album. Tune in next week, man. Share. Follow us at Guerilla Cross. Follow me at Quant59. Follow him at JM Fence.
Everywhere.
Music.
JM Fence Music everywhere.
Everywhere. Yep. So this is No Malice, Let the Dead Bury the Dead right here. Speak Life Radio. Love you guys. Peace.
Yep.
My God, my God, my God. Who let these suckers in the game? I must admit, I find it kinda odd. How easily they sell they self-offense. Like they sold that cane. Yeah, I know I sold the same, but never sold my soul, cause I would only have this word again. Man, I know bad business when I see it. Better be careful to whom you pledge your allegiance. Left that game in the way. I was putting in my grievance, the game still